Tron. So it's to say it's a hit piece is to say the least. I mean, they're really saying some stuff in this article. So I definitely want to go ahead and cover that tonight. Shout out to my people coming in on YouTube, guys. Well, you see the title. There's an article from this website. I've never even heard the website before until today. It's called the TexasMail.com, and it has an article, and this title says Tariq Nasheed faces criticism for promoting African diaspora violence in the Black community for reparations. I want to go ahead and cover that tonight, guys. I'm gonna let some of our people get up in here. We doing a broadcast on both X and on YouTube, guys. So shout out to all my people coming in on YouTube, guys. Y'all already know. Click that notification bell. Definitely go ahead, like, share, subscribe to the channel as well too. This is, like I said, this is pretty interesting. I saw this today. This caught my attention. We had something we were actually gonna be talking about. Liberia and Black America and everything, but then I saw this here and I said, well, let me go ahead and I want to go ahead and touch up on this because I know quite a few people have been talking about this today as well too, and I know quite a few people may want to go ahead and jump in here as well too and say what they got to say as well too. So like I said, this is this is quite something else here, man. If you read this article, I mean they're taking shots, and it's definitely not the most flattering piece of journalism that I've come across, but it is what it is. It's not unexpected to say the least either. It's not unexpected nowadays. As the reparation march is getting closer and closer, and people are, things are starting to turn. We have a lot of attention you're catching on a national and a global scene as well too. So we definitely felt the need to go ahead and share this tonight. I definitely look forward to hearing what everybody's got to say. I know you're gonna have all kind of different opinions on this as well too, guys. So we're gonna get this thing rolling in just a second, guys. Get it rolling in just a second. Do me a favor and go ahead and share out the actual space. Go ahead and share out the actual space, as well as go ahead and for my people on X, y'all go ahead and share out the broadcast as well too. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing rolling, guys. Shout out, I see Professor up in the spot as well too, guys. Let me go ahead and get this thing rolling, man. Let me go ahead and so everybody can start to jump in. What's up, Professor? What's up, everybody coming up in the space? Like I said, I've never seen this website before that I could think of. It's called the TexasMail.com. I'm gonna read this this article. It says Tariq Nasheed faces criticism for promoting African diaspora violence in the Black community for reparations. In the realm of race discourse, Tariq Nasheed stands as a polarizing figure known for his controversial commentary and advocacy for the group he founded, Foundational Black Americans. They're talking about he founded the group. Nasheed's ideologies and rhetoric have sparked debates, shedding light on the intricate dynamics between advocacy, extremism, and division within the Black community. In a chilling online video testimonial, the founder of the pseudo-cult online group, Tariq Nasheed, has been captured advocating for harm against Black people in the name of reparation. The founder's words, which reflect a disturbing mindset of aggression and discord, serve as a stark reminder of the dangers posed by extremist ideologies within seemingly noble movements. So that the article's already is telling you that Tariq Nasheed is the actual founder of FBA as well too. So they're going to make sure they hone that in. They're going to make sure they go ahead and hone that in. So one of the lines uttered by Tariq Nasheed stands out from his promotion of violence, and it is, "We warn folks, hey man, you better get them before we get them." This ominous statement not only hints at the readiness to take matters into their own hands, but is a call for intra-community fear and intimidation in the Black community. Furthermore, declarations such as "get your people" serve as a direct call to action that implies potential escalation towards violent retaliation if the perceived threats are not dealt with. This language of retribution and aggression underscores the founder's willingness to resort to extreme measures to pursue their agenda. The founder's rhetoric, as exposed in the investigative report, reveals a troubling pattern of using violence as a tool to advance their divisive and hateful ideologies under the guise of pro-reparation movement. By manipulating the genuine cause of seeking justice, Tariq Nasheed and their followers have blurred the lines between advocacy, extremism, endangering the very community they claim to represent. Many believe this is part of a larger PSYOP movement to target and further divide the Black community. At the core of Nasheed's advocacy lies the concept of FBA, Foundational Black American, asserting that individuals tracing their lineage to the American slavery should actively pursue reparations and resources for themselves. They are hosting a rally in Washington, D.C. in June 2024 to talk about their ideas. However, the danger is Tariq, who also assigns blame to members of the African diaspora for the suffering and pain experienced by FBA members, encouraging them to stand in opposition to Black people originating from the Caribbean, Latin America, and the African continent. He perceives them as a threat to the FBA community and the entitlement to reparations. Tariq, who also made appearances on notable platforms such as The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, MTV, and The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God, BET, is known for his extensive and contentious advocacy with a pronounced anti-Black dimension. He categorizes all Black non-FBA members as tethers, insinuating that they are stealing the resources that belong to the FBA cult members, despite Black immigrants only being a small percentage of the Black American community. The irony in Nasheed's discourse is he is also categorized by the use of derogatory terms such as bed wench and Negro bed wench mentality to criticize African American women, some of who belong to FBA, despite his involvement in interracial relationships. So they're taking a personal shot at the man and his family and his wife. He criticizes these women for engaging in similar relationships by resurrecting and popularizing such historical misogynistic terms. Nasheed perpetuates harmful stereotypes originally propagated by white supremacy patriarchy. Furthermore, Nasheed has a prolonged track record of targeting Black men who publicly disagree with him or raise questions about the public funds he collected to build a museum for the FBA community. Despite often portraying himself as a champion against white supremacy, Nasheed constantly exacerbate divisions within the Black community by launching attacks against Black men, Black women, Black members of the LGBT community, Black immigrants, and Black descent of South and Central America who identify as Afro-Latino. While Nasheed's advocacy for reparations and focus on systematic issues may find support among certain factions, his divisive rhetoric targeting the African diaspora and advocacy for the intra-communal violence have faced significant backlash. Reparations have long been a cause championed by many within the Black community, yet Nasheed's approach of inciting further division within the community and promoting tension and violence among the African diaspora in America is viewed by critics as counterproductive and dangerous. It highlights the nuanced nature of advocacy where genuine grievances must be addressed without aspirating the discord within the communities. So like I say, it's a hell of a lot to unpack in that article right there. It is a hell of a lot to pack up in that article. Professor, I see you up here. Did you want to say something? And Miss Edens, if you want to, I know you say, I don't know how long you're going to be up in the space, but Professor, you want to say something about that or whatever? Miss Edens, whichever one. Y'all good?
It sounds like a African wrote this article. It sounds like all of the talking points that if you're in these different spaces and you're having these conversations, just like one of them went and wrote this. And the Texas Mail or whatever it is, it's not even a U.S. publication. It's a UK publication. And you know, he likes to have his spaces late at night, in the middle of the night, and things. And people from all over the world actually do call in to talk to him. So this sounds just like some African, actually, from somewhere else, not even here in the United States, that is actually on the outside looking in and fully doesn't understand the words that they use: cult, group, all of the things that they said is the same thing that I know I've heard when I've been in some of these spaces. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Edens. Thank you. Professor, what's going on with you tonight?
See what's going on, Newstoter. Newstoter? What's going on to all my people in the space? Let's go and get these reparations. But let me say this to you, Newstoter and the family. This sounds more like some COINTEL stuff. Yes, family, I'm going to go deep with you on this. COINTEL, going back to what they was doing to our leaders such as Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and others. And when I'm talking about COINTEL, you know what I mean. FBI and all the different law enforcement agencies that would try to use certain things to divide people to turn against each other. That's what this is. And I'm just going to put it out there. Just what I smell in that article right there, Newstoter just read to everybody in this room. That is some COINTEL. You think about all the words that we used in it, such as extremism, such as advocating for violence. This is code language that they're throwing out there to the public to make it look like that you got a black group, a black American group, who's promoting violence, and so they want people to look upon this group as a terrorist group, a violent group, the same way that you look at these white supremacy groups. So if you got to look at it, family, what white supremacy is doing these days. They're trying to make it be that black Americans are the extremists, they are the racists, they are the ones causing all the issues in the country. This is COINTEL. And family, I'm gonna land it right there. I want to hear what everybody have to say, but I'm telling you, when he was reading that article, my mind went right to COINTEL. I'm gonna land right there.
All right, appreciate that, Professor. One thing I thought I saw in the actual article too, they even made sure to mention the man's, wife, talking about he's in an interracial relationship. Now, here's the thing: how many black people are married to somebody that's of mixed ancestry? And I've never heard that before. Russell Wilson is mixed. You ain't never heard anybody say that Sierra's in a mixed relationship. She's in an interracial relationship. So the fact that they even found the need to go ahead and take a shot at the man's personal life with his wife and that was pretty low. But the entire thing, I've listened to a number of Tariq spaces. I don't catch him live. I hear him on YouTube. I've never heard him say anything about going out and harming anybody. And for the article to be titled that, the way they titled it, saying that, hey, that they're basically trying to use violence as a way to ensure reparations, man, that kind of lets you know exactly what a mindset for the person who ever wrote this. And like Miss Eden said, I don't even believe the actual site that the texasmail.com is even here in America. From what I heard, is located in England somewhere. So let me go ahead and get to Actify. Actify, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, family. This is obviously a hit piece, right? And to my mind, this shows how scared people are of us.
Hey, Actify, can we get you up a little bit louder if possible? Are you got a headset on or something?
Yeah, I got a headset on. As always.
Yeah, definitely, guys. If you got a headset on, please take your headset off so we can hear you clear. We streaming this on YouTube as well too, so we want to get you as loud and clear as possible. So if you have a headset on, please go ahead and take it off and try to get your phone as loud as possible. You there, Actify? Or you say, hold on. I can you there?
Hold on a second.
You want me to come back to you?
All right, I'm here. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. Yeah, this is obviously a hit piece. I don't. Honestly, the origin of it doesn't really matter. This is. Honestly, I think people are panicking because this reparations movement is getting stronger and stronger, and oddly enough, it's being led by delineation, which has become organically viral. That's the term I decided to use, and everybody's picking up on it, and it's completely and utterly unstoppable. So now they're trying to throw everything they can at delineation, at reparations, because that was us not doing delineation was the key to destroying the movement, right? And that's why all these people, at the behest of the Democrats, the narcs and Encobras of the world, that's why they're out there trying to do a race-based policy as opposed to lineage-based or what is the term? Lineal descent-based policy. They're doing everything but that because they know that they can claim to be doing the right thing while actually sabotaging us, and that's what it's all about. And Tariq has been extremely effective in the delineation space. And and anybody who was ever in his spaces, every time he talks to somebody, he starts off cordial. It's hey, bro, how you doing? All right, where you from? All right, good. Yeah, okay, glad to hear it. Okay, let's talk. And when they jump bad, he gets in that ad, right? So, and that's why you'll never hear recordings because he set people up like that. You'll never hear recordings because people walk right into the trap every time, right? Because this is how they actually feel. And one thing I've known about Tariq for at least 2 decades, and one thing you will learn about Tariq has a rock solid following. It is not going anywhere. You would have to, as he said about politicians, he had to be with a dead hooker or a live boy for him to lose his following, right? And that's not going to happen because he's too careful. So I think everybody should. This is just par for the course in a movement like this, a movement that's shakes the table in a lot of places. It's not just. It doesn't just shake the table for us. It shakes the table for everybody trying to get here. So we have to expect stuff like this, and everybody just keep fighting wherever you're fighting. That's all I got.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you, Actify. And like Professor says, just some of the actual words that they were saying in there. You hear pseudo in there, you hear cult in there, you hear all of these different type of words. And now also you're saying that people are anti-LGBTQ, which is going to raise attendance as well too. So definitely, King of Kings says respectfully, Russell Wilson parents are black. Respectfully, I would have to see that again because I swore they say Russell Wilson was mixed. But let me go ahead and get to Miss D, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get to Rella as well too. Go ahead, Miss D, you got it.
Hey, Newstoter and everybody on the panel. Yeah, that's why they use the LGBT because that's further than the diet talk. Saying about the LGBT is gonna go. Hello.
You there, Miss D? Because it got you kind of gumming and going. You there, Miss D?
Yeah, I know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm saying that they knew that the LGBT stuff was going to go further than the just to talk about African wars. That's why they slid that in. But y'all say that this may be from the UK. You got to remember he's banned from the UK. You remember when he got to the airport, they stopped him and his family and said that he can't come to the UK. So if it is from the UK, I'm not surprised about that because they already banned him from the UK. So I'm not surprised about any of that. I don't know if y'all remember that he was banned from there. That's all I wanted to say. That this is crazy.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate that. Miss D. Yeah, I know he is banned from the UK from what I heard as well too. Let me go ahead and get to Rella. Rella, what's going on with you tonight?
Hey, Newstoter. I was just kind of lingering around. Had some things going on, and I just popped in to see what was going down on the timeline. Trying to relax and chill out before work, and definitely shout out to you and shout out to the space. I think it's really sad, every time we turn around, regardless of whatever the delineation that people are choosing, the mere fact that people are attacking delineation, it seems as if it comes on the heels of not being able to benefit under that umbrella anymore. And Actify was spot on. You know, the attacks are going to come more and more the closer the talks, I do believe, of repair, compensatory justice, and reparations gets closer to being legislation on all 50 states' books in regards to states that participated in slavery, and recognizing us as a protected class comes into play as well. And I know somebody did mention Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's parents are actually both Black.
Is his dad like Indian or something? Or
I'm not sure exactly.
Not sure. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make, and I could be and I could be wrong, but the point I'm trying to make is that I've never seen a Black person get with somebody that was a biracial Black person. People say, well, you know, they're in an interracial relationship. No, you just got two Black people, they'll say. So I don't know about all of that, but go ahead, Rel. I'm sorry.
Right, exactly. I understand what you're saying. You're talking about somebody who has two Black parents and then somebody who's possibly maybe mixed race or mulatto. And essentially that's what Tariq Nasheed's wife would be classified as if her parent is a descendant. One parent is a descendant and a mom is white. But at the end of the day, you know, that's the same conversation around, I think, that's going around about the young lady from Louisiana. It's almost as if, like, people who don't know our history here in this country are running down the street from other countries and they're bastardizing all of our history. They're bastardizing what people look like and how people show up as, and us having a voice, wanting to be recognized and not erased under, you know, one big Black umbrella. And so more and more we are seeing these attacks happen. More and more. And if you're not in, I think, agreement with these people or other groups of melanated people, you do find other people who will start to attack you and say, oh, well, you don't know where you come from. You don't know your own story, your own history. And I would just always denounce them. We have to, because at the end of the day, stuff like this is going to keep occurring. It's very terroristic. I think it's a definitely almost like a terrorist type situation, because how does a foreign news or a foreign article or whomever this company is able to write an op-ed and call and say that a group of people, quote unquote, are violently attacking people and trying to label again us as a, you know, terrorist group or some sort of, you know, that Black supremacy conversation that we had to denounce or fight against, it was like a year or 2 years ago. So it's the same thing that happened even with ADOS. That's the reason why I say that, you know, history is history. Information uncovered are facts. And whatever people decide to delineate to or acquiesce to, respect it. If you are an FBA, you want to believe in ADOS, freedmen, and Negro, and Black American, African American, just realize those are all coined terms that were given to us on this soil, to our ancestors, dating back to emancipation and before. And no one should be able to come and argue you down about it. It should be more so of a giving of a history and a giving of appreciation of the things that have been built on this soil, not allowing other people to call us a violent group as if Black people walking around in America are violent. More wars are happening outside of this country than they are happening on the soil in America. More Black Americans and people who are coming to America are being attacked by other groups in higher numbers, in record numbers, and we still don't have protections. So for someone to write an article about Tariq Nasheed in that way is very distasteful. And I would denounce it, you know, from here to equality, because I don't have to agree with everything that Tariq Nasheed says or does, but one thing I know is he is a descendant, and he does in his spaces give people definitely a chance to talk about whatever it is they come on to, challenge him about, and he's never attacking them. He's never going after them in a personal way or their nationality in any way. And so people have to get that clear. We cannot allow other groups to call us a violent group, because that is not who we are. Yes, we have issues in our community, but to say we are a violent group of people, nah, we're most certainly not.
I think one of the things that this article tried to really hammer down was that it kept talking about group. It's trying to hammer that point across that even though you hear Tariq said that this is a lineage, this is not a group or whatever. The article's making sure that it hammers down that point. It wants everybody to understand that, hey, this is a group, this is a fringe group of Black Americans that's talking about reparations, and they're basically willing to attack anybody that's Black to go ahead and get what they want. And like I said, they want to make sure we know one of the most protective groups in this country is the LGBTQ. And somehow in this article, it made a point of saying that, hey,
and they don't even they don't even mention how Black American LGBTQ individuals aren't even protected in their own group, in that particular group. And so this is the reason why I say people are utilizing the fact that you have heterosexual men and women who have a belief system, a practice of culture in life that they are heterosexual and they have their opinions, but they're not out here in record number just going off and attacking people because they say they're LGBT.
And that's what I'm saying too. I'm saying that they made sure that they went ahead and they use it. They want to go ahead because they know the LGBTQ is a sensitive topic that you really can't say anything about LGBTQ. So they wanted to go ahead and pigeonhole the Black LGBTQ. And now, from my understanding, Tariq, the whole situation with the Ed Buttcat that was out there doing all kind of things to the Black LGBTQ people and stuff, he actually spoke up about it. And you have a lot of people sitting up here, like I say, that's really trying to go ahead simply because I guess they feel that reparations is something that's actually gaining steam. They're like, well, hey, let us go ahead and find a way to douse water on this thing as much as possible. So, like I say, I've heard a number. I don't get a chance to catch his spaces live, but I've heard a number of them. I listen to him, fairly regular, and I've never heard him go out there and say, you know what, we should go ahead and we should start attacking groups. We should start attacking people and this and that or whatever. So to put out a hit piece like this is really a dog whistle. This is really to go ahead and like somebody said earlier that was in here. I don't know if it was Actify, it was Miss Edits. A lot of these people be up in these late night spaces he has, because I know he's on the West Coast. A lot of these people be in these late night spaces, and they hear all kind of different things. And I think this is somebody that probably goes to his space and just went ahead and said, you know what, I'm going to write this article or whatever. Went ahead, wrote this article, didn't care how true it was or whatever, and basically saying, hey, you know what, this is one way that we're going to go ahead and we're going to silence everybody as well too. So this is the whole thing. When I'm saying like Professor, you said the code words, the pseudo, the code, all of this stuff up here, it's just all these remarks and things. And if Professor, go ahead, because you were spot on when you were talking about some of the actual reports and stuff. Love My Folks on YouTube, she says, did an immigrant write this article? I'm not sure. Love My Folks, from what I'm understanding, that this thing is called the TexasMail.com, this site. But I'm hearing that the site is not even over here in America. I'm hearing that it's in the UK. So, go ahead, Professor, you got it.
And that's why I said from the beginning, this smells more like COINTEL white supremacy. Remember, we can talk about the immigrant groups being a part of this because we know that they having their issues with us too, because we delineate. But the group that really want to take us out of the game are the people who are at the top. And that's going to be white people. And that's white people globally. Not just white people here. White people in UK. White people in Russia. Hell, remember that article that you read to us in one of the Spaces Newstoter about white people over in Russia was even talking about Black Americans. See, this is how deep this stuff go, y'all. I'm telling y'all, you got to think a little deeper than just saying, oh, okay, well, it's like, it must be some immigrant that's writing this. No, it's not. This is COINTEL, white people doing this because they want to do what they can to make us look like black extremist, racist people that's causing problems. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to do anything they can to bring down the movement. And they've been doing it for a while now. But, you know, white people would sit back. They would strategize. They would sit back and come in our spaces and watch and listen to the words and listen to everything that we're talking about. And then they'll go and put spins on things, put their own little spin on it. And they do things to try to make sure they keep us divided. They try to say that we got somebody out here like Tariq Nasheed that's trying to advocate for violence. He's against the LGBTQ. He's against this group. He's over here calling people the tellers. Listen to the language that Newstoter read in the article, y'all. It just reeks of COINTEL white supremacy. This is something that's being done to make sure that we can destroy this movement. We're tired of people talking about reparations. We're going to do what we can to stop these folks. And it ain't just the white people over here in America that want to stop. It's the ones over in Canada, the ones in the UK. It's the ones in Sweden. It's the Caucasoids all over, man. They want to stop this movement. They want to stop this movement, man, because we got this thing going everywhere, baby. We trying to take it over no matter where it is. Because remember, go back to when the Queen Elizabeth passed away. Remember that brother that stood out there by himself? And I wish I could have been there with that brother, man. I can't remember his name, but he was at the funeral. And he actually stood up in front of everybody and said, how can y'all celebrate her? How can y'all celebrate her? You know? She was a colonizer. The brother stood up in front of everybody, in front of the world. And I tell you, that's what we need. We need our people all over the globe to do just what that brother what he did that day. Because white supremacy is everywhere. And Malcolm X, remember, he was one of our leaders that was trying to fight this thing globally, which is why he was taken out. See, that's what time Malcolm X was on. He was trying to fight this thing, not just in the United States, but he was trying to get it taken care of globally. He was trying to fight it from that standpoint. So, family, I just want you to think about what I have said, and I'm enjoying what everybody has said so far. You know, I know some people have said, well, it sounds like it could be an immigrant that has written. You might have some points there. It could be an immigrant. I don't know. But to me, this smells more like just white supremacy on a global level. I'm going to land right there.
Appreciate that, Professor. Appreciate that. Mark, I'm going to go ahead and get to you. Let me tell everybody tonight, guys, we streaming this thing on YouTube, so please watch your language. Nobody come up here cursing everybody. Mark, go ahead and unmute your mic. You got it. You there, Mark?
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
So you know, with me listening to you all, right? If you know they're going in, then why you not planning instead of men don't?
You breaking up real quick, Mark. Say what you said again.
Yeah. Can you? I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So men don't sit around and talk about what another group of men is against them. When you find out they playing against you,
Hey, you keep breaking up, Mark. You may have to drop down and come back up.
Can you hear me now? I'm moving to another spot.
I hear you, but then you keep breaking up.
Okay, what about now?
I can hear you now.
So you know what I'm saying is that men don't keep talking about what another group of men are doing or plotting or planning. You start plotting and planning yourself. Because anything outside of that, and you keep talking about it, it comes off as some type of fear that you have. And you must challenge your fears. You don't sit around and be talking about what they're doing. I mean, why even use such language? Supreme. What makes them more supreme than you to yourself? That you use those type of terminologies. Whoever wrote it, we don't give a damn who wrote it. We don't owe no explanations to nobody. Our people built this country, so we don't owe no explanations to anybody on the things that we say. And you can interpret it however you choose to interpret it. So what are we going to do in terms of planning our anti-them, since you know that they're planning their anti-us, the ones the day that you're talking about, or the white supremacy that you're talking about? What you going to do? You just going to keep talking about it?
All right, Mark. Appreciate that. So exactly, Mark, what do you plan on doing? What do you think we should do about it?
Well, I mean, we should be about our business, developing our people, our communities. That's why I like living in places like Chicago, man. We segregated. Everybody has their own little communities, their own sides of town, should I say. I'm not trying to force no other group to let me in. I'm not going to sit at your lunch counter and force you to feed me. I ain't doing none of that shit.
Language.
I think that racism is okay. But the problem is we're not practicing. And if you say it's white supremacy, then you should be teaching black supremacy then. Man, that's why these young people, a lot of these young people, they got this thing about, but they don't even listen to us, some of us. Because they tired of hearing all that weak shit.
Hey, language, Mark, language.
Oh, okay, the weak stuff, man. The children, they tired of hearing that. They spend their time trying to figure out how to make some money and build some things. The older people talk about things that really, man, look. So the solution to it is us building our own things, our own communities. And most of our people, you ain't that, you really ain't that anti-racist like you say that you are. You spend your money with them, you work for them, and you're not developing anything to do anything different. That's the most anti-revolutionary thing that you can do. Build your own, shop with your own, control your own.
All right. Appreciate that, Mark. Let me give a shout out real quick to Andre too for his contribution on Cash App. Let me go ahead to get to Rella and anybody else that wants to come up here. I want to hear hear what you guys got to say about it because, like I said, this article apparently came out about, I guess, 3-4 days ago, but I just saw it today. So, guys, definitely, if you have any thoughts about it, if you guys want to share your thoughts, opinion, you can come up here and speak. Get the microphone. We would love to hear from you. Exactly. About your feelings about pretty much trying to brand everybody as this cult, so to speak, or whatever. So Rella, go ahead and unmute your mic. DJ, I see you up in the space. DJ, when you want to speak as well too, I know you weren't up in here at the beginning, but I know you pretty much know what the actual title is, so you can fall up in here as well too. So shout out to everybody coming up in here, guys. Shout out to all of you. Go ahead, Rella.
I don't disagree with Mark. I just, again, when Congress met on the Hill and they were actually questioning the FBI because they wanted to have a classification for black extremists. That's what they call this, black extremists. That's totally different. So let me make sure I correct that. Practicing preservation, to me, is always going to be number one. Number two, I think it's okay for adults, young and old, to actually have a conversation and communicate about things that are happening to us in our daily life, in our world. Even when it comes to people actually talking about our imagery, that's how we actually inform one another on what we should do. So I wouldn't say that. As I don't disagree, men don't stand around talking, but men do gather around to talk about how to make moves and what to do about a situation, but they also have to discuss what that situation is. And so that is the part of us that is okay, and that we should be able to, if we found out about a thing, spread the word. like good news or if it's bad news, and figure out where is going to be our tactical response. And so I agree that something should be done. Newstoter, I believe your platform should issue a counter response. I do believe that you have the fortitude and you have the weight behind you and the support behind you from people who would actually make sure that the word got around about our disdainment and how we feel about this article that's being put out. I do agree that any other organization or anyone who has a news media outlet, Mouthy Megan, ETM Media, or even there's another one, I think it's the Mogul. So those are right now our descendant platforms that are out in publication that should denounce whoever this Texas Mail is, because when I actually looked under Texas State and looked for their journalistic companies, I don't see Texas Mail as one of them. So again, we can do these things and we can have the conversation, but we need to know what that's going to be and what people are going to say. And I do believe that we definitely can offer some feedback on how we feel. And then that's all right. That's okay. Now, do we sit around on it? Maybe not, but we make sure that anybody who wants to try to change the narrative of who we are met with a swift response, and that's appropriate.
All right. Thanks.
If you notice, I said men. Okay, it's your job as a woman to write what you feel about things. It's our job to do something about it. I don't give a damn what they call us.
Touche.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what they think.
Well, my family's from Texas. We about the show. We do something and we talk about it.
I got you, but I'm just saying. My nature is to be a protector and provider. Not to cry about how people feel about what I'm doing. If they want to call me a black extremist, I am. I'm whatever I need to be to protect and provide for my people. I'm a xenophobe. I'm a racist. And I'm not running from it. Men don't run from problems. It's not my nature to run from it. I mean, it's just I don't. You know. And then we weren't raised like that.
Not only that, but we having this is a public forum right here, that Newstoter, that on the platform, even this space right here. So, you know, everybody pretty much knows where I stand on this situation, because I'm actually holding the space on it. So, you know, I'm sure Tariq is going to talk about this as well too, because this is about him. So I'm sure he's going to address this and he's going to talk about it as well too. So yeah, we're doing our part as media, putting this story out there, helping it gain even more traction or whatever. But I'm sure Tariq is going to actually, you know, say something. I'm pretty sure he's going to be holding spaces and he's going to have broadcasts talking about this situation as well too. So that's pretty much you know, hey, we're letting our people know exactly how people feel about us. This is gaining, like I said, we said this a number of times in these spaces. This is gaining not just national attention. This is gaining global attention right here. So a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are afraid because they see that it's gaining steam and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people, both black and white, that don't like this, don't like how this is actually moving right here at this point in time. So it's not just white folks. It's a whole lot of black people, you know, that don't like the way that this thing is going. By black, I'm talking about black immigrants. I'm talking about even some black Americans. So you got some black Americans saying, hey, y'all need to shut up, because all you're going to do is get these white people mad and get these white people upset. And, you know, white people, you're going to cost white people these elections if you start talking about reparations and things like that as well, too. So there are a bunch of people that don't want to speak about this, don't want to talk about this. So we're doing our job right now. We're putting it out there. We're holding a forum. That's why I say everybody that wants to come up here and speak and talk about it, come on up here, speak and talk about it. But we're definitely we do our part, not only curating the news daily, but we also do our part about holding these broadcasts, holding these spaces and everything else as well too. So we're more than doing our job. Let me give a shout out to TP as well too. TP, thank you for your contribution on Cash App. Let me move it around. Let me go ahead and get to Just Cakes. Oh no, it's Stephanie, and then I got you, Just Cakes.
Hello, salute to you, salute to the entire chat. Much love from New York City. I just want to say one thing. I am not ashamed to be who my parents made me to be. I am 100% Black American. Both of my parents are Black American. One hails from South Carolina. The other one hails from Washington, D.C. with roots in Virginia. And I refuse to sit up here and let anybody dictate who I am, what defines me as a Black person or admixture or whatever, or call me a hate group or anything like that. The thing is, with this article, Tariq Nasheed should file a lawsuit and force a retraction in regards to defamation of character. I'm sorry about that. Defamation of character and slander, because that's exactly what that is. You're putting us in imminent danger. Somebody could say, hey, these people are promoting violence, so let's attack them before they attack us. And that can get one of us murdered just for being who we are or who we identify with. And that right there just put a license to kill on my back. So yes, we have to attack these journalists and attack these articles and start filing lawsuits and put them right where it hurts, in their pockets. And they will stop this nonsense. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen? What if one of our kids happen to go outside and somebody attack them for being who they are? You know, and me, I will play the bear, the angry grizzly, you know, just waking up out of an early hibernation. Yeah, so, you know, that's basically what I say. Just hit them with slander, defamation of character. Start hitting these people in the pockets, expose them for who the rats that they truly are, and let's just move on. Because right now we don't have no time to go back and forth with these people. You know, arguing back and forth because they want attention. Let's hurry up. Let's full steam ahead with the reparations movement. Let's full steam ahead with the delineation movement. Let's just full steam ahead. We don't have time to worry about these people anymore. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Stephanie. Let me go ahead and get to Just Cakes, and then I'm gonna get to you, Eminem, and I'm gonna get to you, FBA Goddess. Go ahead, Just Cakes. How you doing tonight, sweetie? Oh, you low, Just Cakes. We could barely hear you, sweetie. Okay. Yeah, she was really, really low there. So let's give her a chance. I know she says she's got the little one, so I'm gonna try to give her a chance to come back up here so she can get it in, because I know she's got the baby. So Just Cakes, if you get a chance to come back up here, sweetie. I don't see you right this second. I guess and I'll just go to the next speaker. When you get a chance to come back up here, Just Cakes, come on up here and we'll fit you back in. Let me go ahead and get to MM Consultant. MM Consultant, what's going on?
Coming in low too?
No, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I looked up the company. It's a company out of the UK. They just use Texas to try to legitimize themselves. There's some, immigrant somewhere who just wrote some. I only think it's with some WSs, and they use ways to get attention for their site, get their numbers up and interactions up. Shouldn't even give people like this any time, because you can't sue them because they're in another country, so it's pointless. But the person who wrote it and this guy who just retreated, you probably want to get at him, because ain't no way he just happened to post a story and don't know who wrote it, because it's not even real. Anybody took 5 minutes to look up the Texas mailer, they don't have a website, they don't have a Twitter account. It's not even a real company. So I'll let y'all handle that.
All right, appreciate that. Let me give a shout out to Nightfall. Thank you for your donation on Cash App. Let me go ahead and get to Miss FBA Goddess. FBA Goddess, what's going on with you tonight?
Hey, Newstoter. Thank you so much for having me. I read this. I didn't read the whole article because this kind of stuff really gets under my skin. I don't know. People always have an issue with just defining who we are. And it's just the same as what Tariq always talks about, is that people are mad about foundational. That's what they're mad about, that part of FBA. That word, they're upset because that places us here and not anywhere else. So they getting a little heated behind that because you can't do anything with it. So now you want to start throwing out things in reference to us. We are Black people living in America. It's not hard to define. I don't understand why all the time people are trying to, what's FBA? It makes no sense for you to keep saying stupid stuff like that. We are Black Americans. That's who we are. And we are in the United States. It's plain and simple. I don't understand what's so hard about that. To say that we're a group. We're Black Americans, so if you want to say that we're a group of Black Americans across the United States, you know, you wouldn't say you can say African American. You say, do you say that we're a group if you say we're African American? All of that makes no sense to me. So, you know, I don't care what they talk about. I'm still going to say my name is FBA Goddess. That's what it is, and it's going to continue to be that way. I am foundational to the United States, and I love the name. I'm going to continue to push it regardless of what anybody else says, and I can't wait that Tariq comes on. I'm pretty sure he's going to say that this is nothing, because whoever this is means nothing to us. So if he addresses it, you know, good. If he doesn't, good too. Thank you.
Thank you, FBA Goddess. So we got my man Original up here. Original, what's going on? Black Pressure, I see you up here. It's been a minute since you've been up here, Pressure. So if you want to speak, just put your hand up and we got you. But it's been a hot minute since we had you up in the speaker section. But what's going on, Original? I know you got some knowledge you want to drop for everybody.
Hey, peace. Black FBA power and FBA lineage-based reparation. I'm just hearing about this. Now, see, here's the issue. See, here's what I think is going on. Now, see, back in the 60s when Malcolm X, he was trying to get these African heads of state to work with him. And when he went to Africa, they told Malcolm X, we got our own problem. And I'm going to find that article and post it in the chat. They told him, we got our own problem. See, we've always reached out to Black people all over the world. But see, what has been going on is that, and I noticed that the author of this thing, it had up there Nancy Hughes. And see, what I'm seeing what's probably going on is that, see, they're getting accused from our enemy, white people, okay? Because I saw a video of a young, I don't know what part of Africa she was from, but she said when they came here, they were with these white Christians. And she said that they took them to the worst part of town and told them, this is how Black Americans feel. They're lazy, they're sorry, they don't do anything, they don't take advantage of opportunities. And if you notice, those are the things that they are saying to us today. Because they never came to us and talked to us. They've been brainwashed by white people. But at the same time, I'm not going to allow you to use that as an excuse for attacking us. Because what you're doing is wrong. And so now, it's got this, it has this strange dichotomy, because see, when Ghana did their year of return, and they said they made billions of dollars in tourism. Now all of a sudden, Kenya want to do this, playing on religion. Kenya want to do this Garden of Eden thing where they're trying to get us to come over there and support their economy. Well, I'm not sorry. Okay, if you all are going to continue to attack us, then screw you. See, I used to be a part of that Pan-African crap, but then when I started seeing what some of these people really saying about us, I'm like, oh, screw that. I'm not going to make time for you. We've not done anything to these people. So they're doing this because of they've been brainwashed by what, just like we got the Boule crowd over here. I mean, I just saw a video of what's his name, Isaac Hayes' son, saying that people got fake accounts saying that they're Black people supporting Donald Trump, and they let him know that no, they're gonna have some kind of rally here in the metro Atlanta area. And see, we wouldn't be in this situation that we're in because if it wasn't for the Goulet folks, whether they Goulet Black Americans or they Goulet Africans. So it is that crowd. But I'm not gonna make excuses for these people because they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And if you haven't watched it, I want you to do a search on YouTube. TJ the Big Tigger Figure. I didn't know up there. TJ the Big Tigger Figure. He was promoting Pan-Africanism on the continent. He's a rapper from the Bay Area. But he said, after being there for a while, he saw that this was a scam. He said they could be working on a project, and all of a sudden somebody come back during the day and they said, "Oh, the laws have changed."
You mean JT the Big Figure?
Oh, JT. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for that. JT the Big Figure. Thank you for that. I thank you for that correction. But yeah, if you do a search with him on YouTube about being in Africa, he breaks it down, and he has like, I don't know, it's about maybe like 20 or more external hard drive where he documented this stuff. And so he's probably going to be putting some stuff out pretty soon. But see, it is not us. Do not make these people make you think this is us, because it is not. We've always been welcoming to these people. And even one of our great scholars, Professor James Small, even he talked about in a video whereby when the Caribbeans and others come here, they section themselves away from us. They got their own churches and this, that, and whatever, and they don't want anything to do with us until the system attacked them. Then all of a sudden, they want to be black. So no, I'm not sorry, but I am proud to say today that I rebuke Pan-Africanism. But I'm not gonna work on a one-sided venture where my side is not getting any other benefit. So they need to understand that this is something that they did, and they're gonna continue to do this if we allow them. But see, they see now, it's like what FBA God has said, how we are calling ourselves FBA, Foundational Black America. That makes us a unique and distinct group of people. And with the books that have come out, like 19 white men who said they saw indigenous Black America in this country when they came here. See, now all of a sudden, it's no longer African American. We're saying we're foundational, and we're this and we're that. Because I got into a conversation with someone just the other day. So, where do you think we came from? And I referenced them that book, the 19 white men who said they saw indigenous Black Americans in this country. They got real quiet. So all I can say, people, we have to stand on our square and continue to gather information about who we are, because it's obvious that these Africans and Caribbeans, they are the majority of them. I'm not going to say all of them, because you have people like I can't think of your brother's name right now. Anyway, he's from the Caribbean. I think he's from Jamaica, and he support us. Even the guy that had the website,
TD Hip Hop,
and there's another one. He has a Twitter space. His logo is like green. I can't think of his name, but he's from Jamaica.
Kid Gravity. Shout out to Kid Gravity.
Kid Gravity. And so with people like Kid Gravity and TD Hip Hop, because see, there were some people that had to stop some folks that were attacking TD Hip Hop. They said no. He is an ally. He supports us getting lineage-based reparation. So it's not all of them, but it's the cool class, like what we have over here, that Goulet cool class are the ones that are doing this. And so those are the ones that we have to really reject. And now, I'm not against any black people around the world, but there isn't any way that I'm going to sit up and allow you to attack us, and you sit back as if you haven't done anything. No, you will not Now, you might get away with that with the Pan-Africans. See, I'm going to tell you something about these Pan-Africans. A lot of these, I heard this Pan-African, he was all excited that they were going to have this African segment at the Grammys and talking about, oh, Burna Boy is going to be making, real music. See, these Pan-Africans, they are a very dangerous group of black people. They will degrade, debase, and dehumanize Black Americans and our culture, our music, everything about us. And they will go out there and digging up other people, other black people with black skin in the diaspora. So those Pan-Africans, you cannot trust them. Y'all see what Ron Daniels and Nargin and Cobra, what they're doing? See, they're trying to see. They know that reparations can't be done under the auspices of race, but they're gonna push it anyway. In their mind, they know that the Africans and Caribbeans are not entitled to reparations here, so they would rather sabotage it for us than to see us do well. So that's why it is important that we fight until we can't fight it, until we can't fight anymore, and then we get up and continue to fight. Because we are at war with these people. They have shown me that they hate us, they don't want to see us with anything, and these Pan-Africans, they got deep-seated vitriol for foundational Black America. And let me land before I say something I should say.
All right, appreciate that, Original. Let me give a shout out to Chosen619 on YouTube for the super chat. Chosen619 says, FBA hating tethers mad about our delineation. Shout out to you, Chosen619. Let me go ahead and get to Just Cakes. Just Cakes, how's the audio? Uh-oh, you want me to come back to you? Go ahead. We'll get back to you. Rella, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Baby said, check microphone check coming out this stomach. That's what the baby said. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Rella.
Don't love hearing the babies. Oh my God, it's so wonderful to hear the baby. Shout out to Just Cakes. Original, definitely. Again, all of the elders are always coming here and bringing that fire. Again, I'm not gonna just give it to other melanated groups who have a hate or disdain for Black Americans for delineating. There is issues with other people who aren't melanated, who have an issue with us. And I had that experience in Sexy Raw space last night. And a woman who apparently she's a Republican, she works down with a couple other people, and she was in the space, and she was a Latina Jewish woman. And she had the nerve to say, well, we need to stop infighting. We need to stop, being so aggressive with each other. These are the terms I listen to when I hear people talk. And then when you shut them down, you have people who act like coons, who will try to shut you down because, again, they don't want to upset their relationships with people who demonize us. I have a problem with that. You're not going to, first, and this is why I keep saying, I don't care about parties. I care about paperwork and documentation and legislation. If you can't show me where it's written, and you can't show me who's in charge of it and who passed it, you are not the one to actually have a conversation with us. Because, again, our focus is on the people who are causing us harm who are in positions of authority. And people like that who get on stage and come into spaces with us, who have that type of disdain, you have to acknowledge that, because they're not always going to be from somewhere in Africa or the Caribbean. They'll be here in America talking about, oh, we're all the same. There were slaves everywhere. Them people. No, you have to shut them down too. And you also have to shut down the people who try to open the door for folks to have be on that type of time with us as well. Because that's a problem. We are not violent people, but we are here on business. And our business is facts, And our business is our delineation, and our business is making sure that people are not going to railroad us. And we don't have time to be worrying about whether or not someone is trying to build a relationship with someone who has a disdain for you. The moment they start coming out of their mouth reckless, you better make sure you shut them down, because don't let me get wind of it. You'll definitely hear it.
All right. Thank you, Rella. Let me go ahead and get to Coach TP. Coach TP, go ahead and unmute your mic. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm glad to be above ground, glad to hear the family tree. We are operating under mutually beneficial. That go for everything. Politics, romantic, business. If it's not mutually beneficial, it's an unjust contract, and we ain't fucking with it. You get me fucked up?
Hey, language. Yeah, language.
My apologies. You give me disrespectful language, I'm gonna give you disrespectful language. But my disrespectful language is gonna be on another level of disrespect. You can't tell me how to respond and react to you harming me. You don't get to control both sides. Just control your own behavior. But yeah, we have recordings of Africans threatening to murder our people if we was on the continent of Africa with immunity.
Africa, I swear to God, you're a woman. I was lucky with America.
Hey, coach. Yeah, let's not worry about the audio, but just go ahead and because it's hard to make it out anyways, and two, I don't know if they're gonna be doing a bunch of cursing on there and whatnot, but go ahead, coach, and finish your point though.
The threat has already been established. We're dealing with those who sold our ancestors into this American chattel enslavement wealth enterprise, and they're here on this soil. You got the Tenabu last names. We know the last names of these individuals. So that's why they're using people that's in this country to feed them information outside the country. Go research Black Axe Mafia. Speak my piece.
All right. Appreciate that, coach. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Love my folks over there on YouTube. Love my folks. I take it. I know you're not a big Tariq Nasheed fan. I can see by some of the posts that you're leaving over there. You said something about Tariq being a Pan-African. Him, and I guess you said the shadow babbler. I guess you must be talking about Jason Black, but I don't know anything about either one of them being a Pan-African, anything like that. So, but I guess that's your opinion. So, you're entitled to your opinion, sister. DJ, I know you up here. You hadn't had a chance to speak on it. We want to see, because we're not going to keep the space going too long, but we definitely want to get some of our people to come up here and speak on it. We got a number of people up in here too, so shout out, guys. For those of you that have not heard, we do have a membership on Newstoter, so it's up in the Jumbotron on the far right-hand side. You become a monthly contributor to the Newstoter platform for as little as $1.75. That is on the right-hand side and the actual Jumbotron. You can support us also on Cash App. $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Newstoter is the largest Black-owned Black American news media curation platform today in America. If you do not have Cash App, we have the Venmo and PayPal up in the Jumbotron. Same from the people over there on YouTube. Click the link. It'll take you straight to the customer portal where you can become a member of the actual platform, guys. For those that are willing to support us on a monthly contribution. DJ, go ahead, because I want to hear what you got to say about this as well too. I know you hadn't had a chance to speak on it.
Just Case just came back up here. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't see Just Case. Just Case, go ahead while the baby's quiet right now. So you get your chance to get it in.
Thank you so much. So it's a lovely thing to see we all on the same page as far as this propaganda hit piece that they just put out. It's amazing that all the nasty things these xenophobic Africans and Caribbeans done over the years, over decades, you never seen a hit piece about them. I just seen the African, it was on the news, beating on, it was 3 Africans beating on elderly Black men. But where's the headpiece about that? These people are disgusting. The reason Africa is in the shape that it's in is because nobody hates Africans more than Africans do. The only time they have pride for themselves is when they in a white man country. It's amazing that the Caribbeans align with them, considering the type of relationship they have with each other when they're in the UK. It's amazing to me that the Caribbeans could even align with them just because what the pennies like to say, that we all came from the same boat. They just dropped us off at different locations. That's what they like to say. So how could you have camaraderie with such nasty people? Everywhere they go, it's always a negative experience. They tribal. You can't get along. As far as I think it was Original was spitting that fire with him saying about the boule and stuff like that. He's absolutely right. They aligned us. They partnered us up with every situation, every group of people that could hate us on the face of this planet. They coupled us. They handcuffed us together because we didn't know. We didn't have the information like we got now. Back then, we didn't have it back then. As far as if Tariq or Jason Black or whoever used to be a Pan-African, that's not making the case for them, whether they was or wasn't. I came from a family of Pan-Africans. We used to donate money to the little African things, donate to villages and trying to build schools. And I got a couple of aunties that married a few of them musty bastards. And it was all to come up. You know, they looked at black people as a conduit. That's why outside of Nigeria, America houses the most Nigerians in the world, because they're able to tap onto the struggles that we had. It would be one thing if they was coming here at camaraderie, but these people are parasites. I think tether is a nice way of calling them parasites, and I'm just tired of it. When I looked at that article, I read the article. It read like a hit piece. It read like propaganda because it was a lot of things was taken out of context. When they quoted, "You better check your people before we do," what was he talking about? He was talking about people being off code. That's what he was talking about. Here it is. We're trying to fight for our lives because black people are the number 100 people on the face of the, especially in America. We fighting for our lives, and y'all was fighting to get up under the white man. We ain't the same. So we have to delineate because we ain't on the same page. So calling us xenophobic or anything else, I don't worry about that because they don't worry about it when they mistreating us when we in the hospital and stuff like that. My old man just had to go to the hospital. Nasty ass African, nasty African. No bedside manner, very rude, extremely rude. These people are nasty. I don't want to deal with them. I wish we could deport all of their musty selves. They talking about the culture they have. When you look at an African, you can't even tell they're African. Why? Because they biting Black American style. The women, they standard of beauty. Y'all, they try to look like us. They try to look like Black American women. They didn't know how. Before they got to America, they was looking like 12-year-old boys who ain't had the haircut in 3 weeks. Okay, let's keep it a buck.
Bars, sister, right there, bar.
Okay, look, where the ether be that? But it's just done of the days. We're being gaslit. I'm not gonna allow these people, these disgusting tribal people, to gaslight me or make me feel less than. Because here it is, you want to come over here with your hands out, but you treat me like I'm less than. You coming to my country. Done are the days are you making me feel like I'm not worthy when you come into my table begging. So it just is what it is. I treat them accordingly. They could kiss my whole entire, okay? And I'll just land it there because I got to go get the baby ready for bed. Thank you so much, y'all.
All right. Thank you, Just Cakes. Let me go ahead and see we got a couple new speakers up here. I want to go ahead and get to Mikhail, and I'm going to get to Mickey. I'm going to get to you as well, Stephanie as well, too. Love my folks. I see with you keep talking about the Pan-African and Jason Black and this and that or whatever. Like I said, I've never heard Jason Black say he was Pan-African. I never heard Tariq. So, you know, I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm not going to argue with you, but if you said, okay. Let me get to Mikal. Mikal, go ahead and unmute your mic. How you doing tonight?
Excellent. Greetings, great one, and greetings to the great, beautiful Black family.
Shout out to you, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate this conversation. I appreciate you and the platform. Tariq Nasheed and FBA promote violence. No, that's false. Two, to put out an article, first of all, it doesn't have any bandwidth. One, it doesn't have any range or reach. Two, three, no one's going to care. It's not the first time they've accused us of violence. It won't be the last. This is a weak strategy. In fact, it's a strategy that has really brought on more exposure to their degree of physical violence in their countries, their degree of verbal violence and hate speech on this app from them, their degree of psychological violence upon themselves, their degree of sexual violence amongst themselves, their degree of socioeconomic violence that their leaders exhibit amongst other tribes. And what happens when they do that, it backfires, because what do? We amplify those 5 specific areas, and they become more hurt by our counter reaction. They become more exposed. You understand? You will see more, and remember we had this conversation, you will see more, specifically on X, you will see more memes, you will see more language pointing out how violent they are. When the Albanoids said that we had low IQ, how did we respond? We responded by calling them, low IQ in memes. When they said per capita this, per capita that, how did we respond? We started branding them per capita. These tactics or these strategies, I won't even call them strategies, I'll just call it, these ideals that they can attack us with this foolishness, really just goes to show how weak and how uninformed, unenlightened they are in terms of how propaganda works. We are master propagandists. When we said quiet the noise, we meant that. When our brother Tariq said, come and get your people before we get a hold of them, he meant that. We meant that. That essentially meant they're saying things, they're doing things that they should not be doing, and you should be checking them. Okay, since you're not going to check them verbally, since you're not going to rein them in, then we're going to give them that heat. And that's what they've been given. So now they put themselves in a position for us to turn up that heat. We're not going to back down. What's the point of that? We've never backed down. So again, I just want to point out it's a bad strategy. He is aware of the article. He feels it's nonsense. But, we, again, are just showing how weak and pathetic and pitiful they are in terms of this so-called accusation of violence, when we know their secrets, and their secrets will be exposed as a result. So it's just poor strategy on their part. They should just quiet the noise and leave Black people alone. That's my advice. I'll land. Love you all.
Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. I know you over there in the, Africa as well, too. So shout out to you, Brother Mikhail, over there on the continent. So shout out to that, brother. Let me go ahead and get to Mickey. Mickey, go ahead and unmute your mic.
What's going on?
Yeah, because you mumble for real. Let me hear you. What you saying? Let me hear you. You there, Mickey?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Go ahead. You got it.
I'm just gonna be brief. What's going on, fam? If y'all want to sit there, try to separate the identity from foundational Black Americans from the people from the continent, the Caribbean, y'all can just go back to growing your normal hair instead of wearing the weave and shit. I mean, the weave and stuff, because y'all hair grows longer naturally anyway. There's doesn't. I mean, that's like to separate yourself, and then that's pretty much it. And for the ladies.
All right. Appreciate that, Mickey. I see we got Stephanie back up. Who's? I see Stephanie up. Grong, put your hand up. I get to you. I see you ain't got your hand up. Do you want to speak, Grong?
I just want to say, you guys are fighting. I'm proud of you guys.
All righty. Well, thank you, Grong. Let me go ahead and get to Stephanie Ish. I see you up here as well too. If you want to speak, sweetie, just go ahead and get your hand, and we'll get you as well. Stephanie, go ahead. I know you at work, so go ahead and get it in.
Yeah, I'm at job number 2. No, I just wanted to say, if you look at the person that tweeted the post, look at all of the people that he tweeted to, that he tagged in his tweet. Okay, all of those people are the same usual suspects. They hold spaces. They talk about Tariq Nasheed all the time. They talk about FBA is a code, FBA is a hate group, FBA this, FBA that. They don't have a day where they don't hold a space where they're not talking about FBA, and how we're not going to get reparations. And they do the same talking points. So I believe that he may have put the post out. He may have put that article out, or they probably paid someone to put the article out, just so that it can grow some more, grow more legs. That's basically it. But it's the same usual suspect doing the same usual things. You see, these people are tired because they're fading into the sunset like white supremacy is. They're fading into the sunset, so they don't like it. They want relevance. So, like I said, let's just ignore these people. The more we ignore them, the better off we'll all be, because they don't deserve any more of our attention. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. I'm getting to you, Original. I want to see if Ish, do you want to say anything? I see you up here. If not, I can go to Original.
I actually just came up so I could post my thread, because I put a response to his tweet. This is just the ultimate gaslight. These people are genocidal sociopaths. They don't want to talk about their complicity to genocide, but they want to talk about our response to the harms that they're perpetuating that has created our genocide. And that's really what this is. So I wrote my own little hit piece. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Hey, can I get you a little bit louder, Ish, if possible?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is this better? I'm sorry, I'm driving.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just asserting the point. These people are genocidal sociopaths who are gaslighting because they love to respond to our response to the genocide, but don't want to talk about their complicity to the genocide. Don't want to look at the receipts. Don't want to talk about history honestly. Don't want to talk about their complicity to the genocide of our people. And at the end of the day, right, these warmongers and these people who committed crimes against humanity, they're going to answer for that. Period. So gaslight away, okay? But we are not stupid. We're not. And the thing that we have over these people is that we have receipts and they do not. Thank you for letting me speak.
All righty. Thank you. Original, go ahead. You got it.
And let me say this, Newstoter, and I want all of us to understand, if you have children or you have access to young foundational Black Americans, buy you some psychology books and start studying psychology. Because see, one of the things that we're going to have to do is, there was a post that someone had put up about Nigerians coming here and trying to mate with foundational Black American women, and they want to purge us as a group. And I just want people to understand is that when you're raising your children, you're going to need to, present information to them in a very rational way, because if you do it in such a curt way, they may rebel. And we're going to have to promote, us dating and mating and marrying us, because they're bringing these people here to purge us out of the entire system. But they're not going to be successful with it, because the universe is working in our favor at this time. But I just want people to understand that, because we can't sit here and allow these people to continue their attacks on us. And I looked at that post, and I don't know who that guy is, but I noticed that he was in he had a picture of him and this lady. She's on what's her name, Maya Wiley or something like that. But she's one of those MSNBC people. And so these Boule people, they are pissed off, because first we exposed them back in the 90s. The Boule was exposed at the Good Life down on Exposition and Crenshaw in Los Angeles. And these people have been upset. And not only that, they've been upset ever since. And they can't stand it that, and the way the Boule was exposed was, you had the NAACP had their convention in Los Angeles. It was around, 91, 92, or whenever it was. And then this lady, you can look, it may still be there. It's called, if you type in Karen Grigsby Bates Boule article. Karen Grigsby Bates, she wrote the article about the Boule in the LA Times. And we read it, and people started doing research on it. And Steve Copey did the bulk of the research. And we exposed these people like, Andy Young, Tom Bradley. And notice that all these people that were exposed, they were Black people, prominent Black people who we trusted, who we can no longer trust them, because we see that they have sold us out. And we can no longer do it. But Newstoter, it has gotten so bad. Even Boule, Roland Martin, because that old Manuel Ancho guy, he came out and he was talking very pejoratively about our beautiful foundation of Black American sister, Angel Reese. He was called. It got so bad. Even Boule Roland had to call out Manuel Ancho and force them to apologize for the pejorative thing that he was saying about Angel Reese. See, I think we need to give a response, but don't give them too much energy. They are upset because they are dying out, and they're upset again because we just like the Africans and Caribbeans, for the most part, they would delineate from us when they come here. But when we decided that we are our own unique and distinct ethnic group, all of a sudden, we all messed up now. They mad. They decided they ain't trying to rock with us no more. What we gonna do? We don't know what you're gonna do. That's not our business, because we know that you don't rock with us. But I just want people to understand that when you talk to your children, though, be careful. Don't be forceful in explaining to them about how it is imperative that the children date and that the FBA children date and marry one another. Because what they're doing now, they're bringing these people here to try to merge them into us and to make us disappear. Because see, they are very passive. They are beyond passive when it comes to the white folks. They'll do whatever the white folks want them to do. But see, we have that fighting blood within us. We've always fought back, and that's what they hate, is that we don't let them get away with what these other ones will let them get away with. And so just be mindful of that and understand that this isn't anything that we did. This is part of the war that our enemy waged against us, and these tethers are aiding and abetting them in their attacks on us. And we just have to be mindful and let them know. I don't care how much somebody stand up and say that they Pan-African, whatever. We have to put that work in on them and let them know, no, we're not on that boat any longer. We tried that, it didn't work, and if you want to continue that, that's on you. But just understand it and just start training the children. See, this is about the children that are coming. But please train your children and teach them the importance of, when they get dating age, the importance of dating and marrying FBA brothers and sisters. Because that's what they're coming for. They're coming for the children. See, they know they can't do anything with us, but they're going to come after the children. And when your children come home from school, debrief them. Ask them how their day was. Tell them that you tell you anything that happened. And make sure that you have that connection with. Don't get the song because they're in the house with you, they understand you. No. But see, we have to stop what we're giving to some of us. Like our parents would tell us, don't you go out there and get in trouble. For me, trouble was going out there stealing, killing, robbing. But what they were saying, they don't go out there and get a girl pregnant. See, we got to make sure we give them the correct information and make sure that they understand. Don't assume throw some kind of or it's from the tip of the target. Throw some kind of metaphor out there at them and think that they're going to understand what you're talking about. Well, I told you. No, you didn't tell me. So we need to concentrate more on our children and make sure that they are aware. And I'll land with that.
All right. Appreciate that, Original. Appreciate that. I see we got Lucky Garvey. Lucky Garvey, did you I know you don't have your hand up, but you came up here. Did you want to say something?
Yes. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I go by Polo Styles on the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. What's up, Polo? What's up?
What's up with I just want to say I believe we've been infiltrated. I believe a lot of these Black Americans the politicians that we think are Black American, I don't think they're Black American. I think they're African and Caribbean. Don't forget Sheila Lee Jackson is by way of Jamaica. Changed her name to a Black American name. Cosplayed us and not doing a damn thing for us. I think a lot of these politicians at the top have Caribbean lineage and Caribbean backgrounds as well as African backgrounds. I don't care what nobody say that Chicago mayor don't look Black American. I think we need to start looking at everybody's background and see who's representing us. And that's all I want to say.
Real quick, Polo. You're saying that you think most of the people that's in politics now that are black, that are supposed to be Black politicians, you think most of them, or half of them at least, are not actually Black Americans? Is what you're saying?
I think so. If you go deep in their background, you'll see they're Caribbean and African. I think we have been infiltrated starting up at the top. I think they brought these people over here to represent us and to cosplay us. Sheila Lee Jackson is just one example. But I'm quite sure if we look at the rest of these politicians, you're going to find Caribbean lineage and heritage as well as African. That's just my belief. I'll do some research on it, though, and get back with it.
All right. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah.
He is right about that. He's right about that because that's made. There is a congressional guy with black skin. He's from New York. And I think he's a former rapper or something. I'll see if I can find it, but there's a guy from New York, and he's Caribbean, and he does not speak in favor of Black America. I can see his face, but I'm getting wrong his name.
Busta Rhymes, that's his name, Busta Rhymes.
Oh, no, you mean Busted Rhymes. Not Busted Rhymes.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. But no. This is another. His name. I think his name is Antonio something like that. But he's unless he's left the Congress, he's a congressional person, and he has that negative attitude towards Foundation of Black America. So I just want to share that with you.
All right, appreciate that, original. Hey DJ, go ahead, because I know you hadn't said anything tonight. Shout out, I see my girl the Tata up here as well too. So Tata, shout out to you. Black Pressure was up here, but then he dropped down to the listener section. But go ahead and get it in, DJ.
I ain't got not much to say. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. Go get that Maroon DVD. You know what I'm saying? Got it on Blu-ray. You know, to get the exclusive 4K footage and all the other good stuff. Go check the microphone check when it drop. You know, Teller's gonna tell it. I've been telling y'all. I'm telling y'all now. Teller's gonna tell it. Shout out to Mouthy Megan. Stay mad. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to Newstoter and come up on social. That's all I got to say. You know what I mean? Shout out to the home of Tariq. Just keep doing your thing. Make sure y'all go out when y'all go to LA. Go out to the In Colors History Museum. You know what I'm saying? Go get your swerve on and check out the history of our people. There you go. Gotta get the promos and promo God.
I see my girl Tata just came up here. Oh, Tata was up here, then she dropped down to listener.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. It looked like he was up here, and then it had you as speaker, and it looked like it dropped you down to listener. Tata, I'm gonna ask you this real quick, and not to get off of the topic, but I was looking at something on TV, and they had Taylor Swift up there, and they was calling Taylor Swift Tay-Tay. How do you feel about that? Like, just like, I've never heard a white girl called Tay-Tay before. But Tata and Tay-Tay ain't that far apart now. Let's be honest now. Well, what's going on with you tonight, Tata? How you doing?
I'm good. I just wanted to reiterate what Original was saying. You know, that we do have to, put this, instill these things in our kids at an early age. You know, my son is 19, and when he was 8 years old, I just started really, that I think during the era when Obama was president and all, and Trayvon, we're in Florida, so and that happened, with Trayvon, and my son was 8 years old, and and I just started really just being honest. We have to be honest with our kids, and I would analyze things and, let him see and tell him the truth of what was going on. So it was just ingrained in his spirit to know. And now that he's 19, I mean, anything, like if he's driving now, have his own car. So, look out for this, look out for that. And and our kids these days, they're so, diverse, with their friends. And we're in Florida. So I teach him, I have to be honest with him about these people, I didn't have those friends that he had, Puerto Ricans and Haitians and everything when I was growing up in school. A lot of those people was not here not in Central Florida.
I had them because I grew up in South Florida. I ended up around middle school starting like making friends with some of them. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Tyler.
I had one Haitian girl when I was going to school. Her name was Marla Pierre. That's the only Haitian girl I knew going, in school in my time. Because it was mostly black, white, and we had a little bit of Mexicans and everything. But with him, I saw, this day and age, they are very diverse with their friends, but I let him know, and he know I'm not having it, so. But he look at those things, and that, and my son, he's the oldest grandson. But my mom he's the first boy, and then after him, I have so many nephews after him, and so they look up to him, and I feel that if I teach him, because my sisters, they're not in tune, and my brothers are not in tune to what, involved in groups like this and listening to you guys, so I have to go back and teach them, and keep them updated on what I hear. So, and then my son knows. So hear you guys, on the phone. He pretty much know your voice. So he can go back and, and talk to his cousins, his little cousins, about things and what to be on the lookout, for. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And then the other guy, Lucky, that was on here, and yes, that's true. because Roland Martin, I used to go to the Tom Joyner family reunion all the time, and we see Roland Martin there. I never knew that guy was Haitian. And then looking at Joy Reid, it just blew me away, you know, when you guys started learning these things and really started looking into these people. So that is true. And, you know, Sheila Jackson and all these names, Martins, Reeds, and I'm like, dang, you know, and these people, they're other people. So other groups. But yeah, we do have to be brutally honest with our kids and let them know about these people and their family. You know, if, you know, whatever girl like you, okay, you need to analyze that mama, that family, where they come from. I need to know all of that, you know, so I don't play. But thank you guys. I love you guys. And I don't speak much, but I'm trying to do better.
Yeah, we know you just like to listen most of the time, but it's good. It's good to have you come up here sometimes. So I'm in Florida, and I got boys too, so I talk to them all the time, and they always say, "Why you always talk about race, Dad? Why you always talk about race?" So I remember
my son told me, "Mom, not that again. Just take a break. Just take a break."
Oh yeah, that's mine too. And then I got one on the spectrum too, and he's like, he was like, "Why?" He's like, "What does it matter, Dad?" And I have to try to explain it to him as well too. So I trust me, I feel you on that as well too. So I got, like I said, I got two boys. And yeah, they definitely, when you start talking about the race, they say you talk about that all the time.
Okay, good night.
Good night, sweetie. We got a new speaker up here as well too, Isaac. Isaac, do you want to speak?
Yeah. What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
So
Well,
I want to ask some few questions now.
I'm sorry. What was that? You said you want to what now?
I want to ask some questions.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm African, full-time African, and I stay in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. So I've been to your spaces sometime, and I really don't get. Okay, I understand your ideologies and point of view, but I think in real time and in real time it doesn't really settle down well, and the whole ideology is just built on hatred and let's say some part of ignorance, and it's kind of it's worrisome to hear a black person calling another black person all sorts of names, all because you believe they are.
Now, Isaac, have you ever heard me call black people all kind of names and stuff in these spaces?
I've been spaces where foundational Black Americans
No, I'm talking about me in particular. You say you've been in my space before. I'm saying, have you heard me call black people all kind of names and stuff like that? Now, if you come on the microphone and you call me a name, I'm gonna call your name. But have you heard me just call black people all kind of names and stuff in these spaces?
I didn't say you in particular. I said you guys. I generalize you guys. When I see foundational Black Americans, it's kind of I feel disappointed because mostly people in Africa. Also, I think sometimes this ideology only exists on Twitter spaces, because in real life nobody hates Black Americans, especially in Africa. Africans don't hate Black Americans, and that's what baffles me the most, because they say Africans sold Black Americans and they forgot them. And I was like, okay, if Africans sold Black Americans and forgot them, then who colonized Africans? And why is Africa still struggling to get decolonized till today? And I kind of like try to align the point of view and the ideology. Okay, I understand the point of repatriation and giving Africans and Black Americans the right to government and to represent themselves in government and the rest. But I went to a space one day and I asked a question and asked why is that no Black Americans want to go to government, and why did they always like to complain about the police and everything? And some people in the space that Black Americans, they don't like politics. As if you don't like politics, then why do you complain about the policies that the people in government make for you?
Now, Isaac, let me ask you a question real quick, Isaac. Do you think Black Americans have a legitimate beef with the police officers in this country, or you think they're just complaining and just making stuff up?
No, I think there's a genuine problem of racism, against Black people generally. It doesn't matter if you're Black American or African or Caribbean, as long as you're not white. You're not given preferential treatment and the rest. So I understand there's a struggle, and I understand that. But what I don't understand is why is Black Americans hating Africans and other genuine people in America?
Well, here's the thing. Now here's the thing, Isaac. Now you're saying you don't want. You're generalizing Black Americans. You're saying that Black Americans hate Africans. Now you're saying at the same time you're saying that Black Americans are making this stuff about Africans hating Black Americans. So you're saying that Black Americans hate Africans, but Africans don't hate Black Americans. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yeah, sure.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing, Isaac. And this goes for any, and I don't get into the, we hold spaces and we try to have a platform where people can come up here and speak. So I try not to get into the tit for tat, but let's be honest here. There's no place in the world that Black Americans go anywhere in the diaspora and come up off of the culture of a native Black people the way they can here in America. If Black Americans hated you guys, they would not have allowed you to come into the culture, listen to the music, and partake in the culture and everything else as well too. So to sit up here and say that when you've had Black people from the time that they civil rights in this country in the 70s, you had Black people that was the ones in this country that started accepting Black African culture, dashikis, afros, and everything else, talking about the motherland. In the 80s, you had the little necklace with the African, the continent of Africa, and everything else like that. You had Michael Jackson with Liberia Girl. You had We Are the World with Michael Jackson. You had Eddie Murphy. You had Remember the Times with Egypt. You had all of this stuff that we're talking about. You had these grassroots movements and stuff like that brought African people into it. So we can't sit up here and say that Black Americans hate Africans. That's being disingenuous to say that.
Yeah, that's my initial understanding and about Black Americans. But since what struck my attention was when someone hosted a space, and I'm like, title of the space was like filthy Africans, and it was all sort of disgusting names, and it was filled with hatred. And also, that's what got my attention. I was like, wow. And they call themselves Foundational Black Americans. And I see some people here on the speaker section and following, and they have the title Foundational Black Americans. I was like, okay, if and I saw someone's post like they're going to use Africans to dump them, and so that they can get them to power and get them to
But Isaac, here's the thing. We've never in this space, we've never had anything negative in the title about Africans. And I also want you to kind of get an understanding of Black American history and how inclusive it's been for everybody, for poor whites, for white immigrants that came from Italy and Ireland and all these other places, how we've been for Latinos, how we've been for other Black people throughout the diaspora as well too. So we've never been one to go ahead and just the little bit of resources we had. We come from a culture where they say, hey, you know what? Those people next door ain't got nothing to eat. Go over there, boy, and see if they got something to eat. Go ahead and help them out. So we've never been that type of people. So I just got to go ahead and put that there. Now I get what you're saying. Let's not also forget politically. We can go back into the 80s, the 70s, and we can talk about our Black entertainers standing up against apartheid in South Africa. We can talk about Bill Cosby. We could talk about Stevie Wonder. Hell, we could talk about different world of TV shows showing people protesting against it. We could talk about Spike Lee on School Days protesting against it as well too. So we have always been one to go ahead and acknowledge global blackness. So, you know, let's be for real. It has not been reciprocated across the world the way it should be. It's pretty much been a one-way street. Now, I don't go and I don't dog people out for that, but let's just be for real here. It has not been this global family reunion that everybody's talked about. Even when you look at Marcus Garvey came to this country and he became a legend because of Black Americans. He wasn't a legend in Jamaica. He didn't even die in Jamaica. He died overseas. So it was always Black people. Even when you look at some of your leaders and stuff, when you're talking about you guys fighting against colonialism and stuff, a lot of them came and got a lot of ideas and stuff from Black Americans in this country as well, too. So we can't sit up here. My mom and dad, rest in peace to my mom, going on 2 years since she's been going away. My mom never told me, or my dad never told me, hey, boy, don't go out there and play with no, because I grew up in Fort Lauderdale and down south. So they never told me, hey, don't play with no Haitians, don't play with them Jamaicans, don't play with the Bahamians, leave them African niggas alone. None of that. So the whole thing that people sitting up here saying this kind of stuff that, you know, Black people was this and that or whatever, you know, that's simply not true. Whatever little resources we had in this country, we extended it to anybody that looked anything like us. You know, and the same cannot be said. We're over here in the Western Hemisphere. You would think that all of these islands and stuff in the Caribbean would say, you know what, y'all can come here and relocate. Y'all can get land. Let's go ahead and let's form us a business. Let's get this sugarcane business popping. Let's go in and get this fruit thing popping and this and that. Whatever. None of that kind of stuff has ever happened. So we just can't simply sit up here and say, you know what, Black Americans have just treated us so bad and this and that or whatever, when they have always welcome arms. Like, have they picked at you and made fun of you? Yeah, but guess what? They picked at their own more than anybody else. Anybody in here that's a Black American tell you that somebody done got popped on, they got cracked on, and everything else like that too. So it's simply not true. You know, I just as a Black American man, I have to simply say that. You know, we never set up there and say, you know what, I see a bunch of Jamaicans or a bunch of Haitians coming, let's go ahead and jump them for the hell of it. No, it's just not that way, Isaac.
I get you, bro, but are you aware about some foundation of Black Americans who deliberately hate Africans? Are you aware about that?
I'm with any group of people, I'm sure that you got people that may be FBA, ADOS, Negro, whatever, that have a dislike for other people in the diaspora. I'm not going to sit here and say I know every single solitary. Now, would you also agree that there are a number of Africans that dislike a number of continental Africans that dislike Black Americans, and they have all kind of negative terms for Black Americans? Would you acknowledge that?
Hey, Isaac, you in America or Africa?
I'm in Nigeria for now.
Okay. So you have no clue how your Nigerians come here and turn their nose up at us, the natives, the indigenous Black people. We ain't doing that when we go to Nigeria. So why don't you ever check your own people about what it is they do when they come here? You know why you never do that? Because they never tell you the truth about how they come here and segregate themselves, separate themselves. They don't patronize us or integrate with us. Ask your peoples that are in America. That call your cousin up right now, son. Ask them.
I don't think that is true. I have some friends in New York.
But here's the thing, Isaac. You don't think it's true. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna let you get it, but hold on. You don't think it's true when it's coming from your people. You don't think that your people have any kind of dislike or hatred towards Black Americans, but you believe Black Americans, that there are a number of Black Americans that have hatred towards your people, is what you're telling us.
That's because I've been in spaces where I hear a lot of Black foundation.
Well, have you been in some of these African spaces too? Have you been in some of these African spaces?
You're not traveling enough, brother. Get your passport. Come to America. See how we is, son. You know what I mean?
And have you been in some of these African spaces online? Have you been in some of these clubhouse spaces and clubhouse and stuff as well too?
Yeah, that's what baffles me. I've never been in a space where I hear Africans before insult Black Americans. I've never been to that kind of space before. I've never heard about it before. If you have any idea where I can see or any space where Africans insult Black America, I would like to see that, please. We have never seen that before.
So it is.
Well, okay, Isaac, we got to go ahead and move around to some new speakers, but I appreciate you coming up here, so thank you. Let's go ahead and move. Yeah, go ahead, DJ. I know you had to go ahead.
I done told y'all knackers, tethers gonna tether something. Hey, right on time, Just Cakes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Baby Cakes. You know what I'm saying, in the building? No, man. Straight up. You just heard it right here, real time. They gonna tether on you. Meaning, play the white supremacist role. What is that, DJ? Lie, cheat, deny, steal, kill, repeat. Lie, cheat, deny, steal, kill, repeat. Lie, cheat, deny, kill, steal, repeat. That's the white supremacists. They doing the same thing to us. The white folks, we've been fighting these people. So, hey, Isaac, I think you should go study the civil rights movement here in America in the 60s. Go look that up on your phone. Hopefully you got enough juice on the generator. You feel what I'm saying? Go look up the civil rights movement in the 60s and make sure you study. Hold on a minute. Make sure you study. Hold on. Meet your mic. See, you want the answers, but you don't care to listen to it. You want to question people, but you don't care for the answers. So go study the civil rights here in the 60s. What happened over here with black people, and how we, everyone here in this room for the most part that is a black American, made it possible for the entire diaspora to come here to America, get jobs, education. But here's the real narrative: why y'all never go back home and build up Africa, yo? You could come here and get the knowledge now. You could get a little money and you could go back home. But when you talk to these Nigerians, we ain't never going home. So why is y'all getting kicked out of every country y'all go to around the globe? You got countries that's banning y'all. Do you know this? Or do you not know this? And when you say, and hold on a minute, and I'm gonna land. And when you say that you don't know about these spaces, we get that some people jump off the porch late, right? So what I want you to do, if you know what the purple pill is, right, or the purple chat, the Q chat right here at the bottom, get it right here, bro, and go look at these past spaces that I posted right here in the purple chat. So only Eminem gang is getting paid, y'all. Trying to tell y'all something. Pan-Africanism is dead because we the only fools that practice it. Let's be logical. These folks don't know nothing about this. Like Dr. Claude Anderson been telling us, they're not coming here to be your friend. They're coming for resources, man.
All right.
Okay, let me.
Hey, real quick, Isaac, because we got to move on. So I give you 30 seconds.
I'll be fast. Let me quickly respond to what you
said. Really fast.
Yeah, I'll be fast. Thank you. Don't tell me. So, like, I don't believe Black Africans come to America and when they get resources, when they get knowledge, they will try to stay back in Africa and stay back in America forever because once they get resources, they send it back home. They build things back home. They try to develop their houses. They try to bring business back home and do a lot of stuff and employ more people at home. And I don't believe that an African person will come to America and would deliberately not want to associate himself with a Black American for no reason. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't believe that if an African person would choose a white person over a Black American, because there's nothing a white person can do for a can do for an African that is follow Black American can't do for him. You understand? Because the struggle is still the same. You understand? We over here in Nigeria and other African countries, I hear someone say that Pan-Africanism is dead. I don't want you to believe that your idea of Africa is only what you see in America. Africa has 53 countries here in Africa, and we are growing. Africa is kicking out white people. Africa is decolonizing. Africa is becoming stronger, becoming more aware. This generation is not the generation of our forefathers who worship white people. This generation is the generation of people that are more aware and more educated, understand history. So we're kicking out white people. We want to take our lands from them. We want to be fully decolonized.
Brother, y'all gonna have to start kicking out the Chinese and all those other people over there as well too. So they ain't just the white people.
Yeah, Pan-African is great. If you pay attention to what's happening in Mali, what's happening in Niger, what's happening in Burkina Faso, what's happening in plenty of African countries that.
And Isaac, because we got to move it around. That's great. That's great. That's great that y'all kicking them out and y'all doing that stuff. And we wish y'all the best. We don't want to see y'all. We're not wishing ill will on you guys. So keep doing what you're doing and improving the continent. We appreciate you coming up here to speak, Isaac. But we got to go ahead and move it around. Let me get to Hazardous. Hazardous, how you doing tonight? Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, just for the record, that's y'all killing each other, Isaac. So y'all 90% of the continent. Ain't no excuse, but go ahead.
Hey, what's going on with it, fam?
What's up now?
Man, hey, bro, I can't call this. What I be saying though, it's like this gaslighting thing they do. It's like a reprimand. It's like, you know, they the parent and they coming to, you know, chastise us because it's us, we tripping and we, you know, manage kids and they need to straighten us out. If we telling you like, hey, bro, y'all be saying something like, look, some cold-blooded stuff to us, why would he just be like, oh, dang, I didn't know that. Well, where can I find this at? Instead, he's like, oh, I don't believe that happened. You know, it's like, it's real dismissive. So I just know he's not genuine.
Supremacy.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Come on, shades of color.
Yeah, exactly. And they just find their way to our spaces just to disrupt the whole vibe. Like, yeah, some of us said some stuff, but this is why, though, because we get, you know, we don't tolerate this stuff. Even amongst ourselves, we'll snap. And he comes, you know, like he's mental jousting us, and he's just so smart and we're so dumb. And he can tell us anything. We know what you're doing, man. That stuff is easily read through. I know you scam people. Them like old people and usually Caucasian. When you call them up with your little scams and stuff, that's what you get over on. You can't do that to. We already know
that. Ladies' money, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You get over here abusing the elders and stuff. But yeah. So I just want to say that, man. Yeah, look, Isaac, man. You can go on YouTube, man. You can type it in. You can see what's going on if you really want to find out.
Hey, let him go ahead, DJ. Go ahead, Hazardous.
Type that in, bro. Okay, for sure. Yeah, you can type that in, bro. If you really want to know, you can hear your folks calling us niggers and all types of crazy ass stuff. Talking about we was in Nigeria, that kill us. Bro, it's all out there if you want to look. You know, it ain't even that hard. You know, until you start looking for it, man, ain't nobody gonna take you serious. And we running our own program. What's wrong with us delineating, saying we are our own people and figuring our own way? You should, if anything, you should come and support us, man. And then be like, hey, that's why y'all do y'all thing. Like the brother said, y'all getting booted from everywhere. We not contributing to that. Like, yeah, we need to get Nigerians out of here. We just mind our own business. We could be on the nasty vibe, like, yeah, we want y'all in particular out. We ain't even doing that, and we got a right to, because y'all say some crazy ass stuff. You know what I mean? So, bro, get your stuff right. Let us figure our stuff right. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, delineation is time, though. That's all I'm in with that.
All right. Appreciate that, Hazardous. Chosen 619 had another comment. Says, tethers have officially made me hate the label black. Let me go ahead and get to I see African Lee, you had your hand up. Did you want to speak? It's not up. Did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to what Isaac was saying. I think with you guys, because I've been in this space for a while, and I heard some things that were quite disappointing. It's quite unfortunate that you guys would feel hate in your kids. So basically, you guys just want to make.
We don't hate nobody. We don't hate anybody. Hold on, sister.
Yeah,
we don't hate anybody.
Tell your kids, guys.
Hold on a minute. We don't hate anybody.
End up dating foreigners, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna disown them. Like it's really.
Wait, you're projecting, ma'am. Nobody said anything telling their kids about disowning anybody, anything like that. So I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hold. Mute your mic for a minute. We don't hate anybody. We're not a hate group.
And matter of fact, I myself made it a point. Matter of fact, I made it a point to say that growing up, my parents never told us to hate anybody, whether you were Haitian, whether you were Jamaican, whether you were African, anything else like that. So you just took that and you just ran with it. I say I teach my kids about race because they live in a world that's controlled by white supremacy. So it's a must that I go ahead and I teach that because I'm raising young black men, okay, that when they get out, they have a target on their back. So it's a must as a parent, as a man, I teach my kids about that in a country that, you know, was built on white supremacy and built off of the sweat of their forefathers. So wait, hold on. Let her finish because I want to hear what she got to say. No, hold on. Wait a minute. I want to hear what she's got to say, what she's got to respond to.
You literally said that you are making sure to teach your kids to date fellow FBA. Is that not what?
No, I didn't say that. First, I didn't even say that. And hold on. I didn't say that. And not only that, let's be for real. Over there in your land, y'all in your tribe, y'all intermarry in your tribes.
No, we don't do that.
Yes, y'all do. That y'all have thousands of tribes over there, and there are plenty of tribes over there where y'all intermarry in. Yes, you do, ma'am. Come on. Yes, you do. So why do you have so many? Why do you have so many arranged marriages and stuff like that over there as well, ma'am? Yes, you do. Okay, ma'am. Okay. You're gonna sit up here and tell us about what we need to do, and then when we make a point about where you come from, you're gonna sit up here and act like that doesn't exist.
That's spreading hate. We don't tell our kids to stay away from American kids. We don't do that.
Ma'am, and you're a liar, ma'am. You're a liar. You're a liar because I just explained that we never said that. You're a liar, okay? You're sitting up here and you're lying. Nobody in here said that we taught our kids to stay away from African kids. And let's be for real. Like everybody said before, it was Black Americans that fought for Africans and Caribbeans and melanated Black people to come over to this land. So let's stop that. And like I say, we fought harder for you guys to get out of apartheid than any other group, any other Black group in the world. So you're just sitting up here making stuff up. And we know for a fact that a lot of y'all don't have issues with your kids dating outside of the marriage as well, too. We know that. Well, I know it's recorded, sweetie. Guess what? All of these spaces are recorded. So we don't need you to tell us. They're all recorded. And they're on YouTube as well, too. So
yeah, if y'all want to speak a rebuttal, raise your hand. All I want to say is to you, African lady, we don't hate anyone because our ancestor Radio Raheem already told us which one you want. You want the love or you want the hate. You got a choice. Y'all give us the hate. We always try to show y'all love, yo. So now we giving you the hate side of the ring. That's the right hand. That's the strongest hand. So y'all can't be mad at it. You know, y'all reap what y'all sold to us, even though we extended the olive branch so many times. I guess I got to say the same thing to you. Go study the civil rights history in America and understand how your people were able to come over here. Understand how they came over here. We don't hate anyone. We never said that we hated anyone. Stop saying that. You're projecting and you're making assumptions. You're projecting and making assumptions.
Ma'am, Nigerians and South Africans are going at it left and right over there. What are you talking about? Are you classified as Black or are you classified as colored over there in South Africa?
I'm Black.
Okay. Do you have a white husband or a white boyfriend?
Are you from the Igbo tribe? Shout out to the Fulanis.
You sitting over here out of all of those civil wars and all of those tribal beefs and fights over there. You're sitting over here talking about how a group of people that outnumber you, probably 10-1, that if they really want to go ahead and rub you out, they could, but they have never tried to do that. And you're sitting up here talking about all of the hate. Out of all that, you able to go ahead and Black America is the only Black culture in the world where an outside Black person can come in and just join into the culture and say, hey, you know what? This is what we contributed and this and that. You can't go anywhere. I guarantee you, if I move to where you live at right now or where you're from, South Africa, because I'm not sure if you over there, and I say, you know what? I walk up to your people and I say, you know what? I'm just like you. I'm Black just like you. Everything that you got, I can get as well too. They sit up there and start laughing. If I went to the Caribbean, they do the same thing. But you can come over here to America and you can go ahead and you can start dressing like us. You can start looking like us and getting your clothes, start doing this and that or whatever. And you can sit up here and say, you know what? I'm part of the culture as well too. And for the most part, Black people will say, you know what? Yeah, you may have an accent. You may have been born someplace else, but you're right. You're one of us. Been doing that for the longest. So I don't know exactly what you're talking about. It's like you have all of those beefs over there, and like it's like, hey, over there's paradise. There was no issues, there was no beefs, there was nothing. It's until you come over here, and then these horrible Negroes over here just treating you so wrong. Set up here in the space and told you that, hey, I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised that way to go ahead and look my nose down on any other Black person, no matter how poor they were. Okay. But you're sitting up here and saying, well, you know, it's the Black Americans. We start talking about, well, you know, you guys got all kind of names for Black people over there where you come from and this and that. Well, no, that's not true. That didn't happen. Or you guys just making that up. It's you guys. It's you guys. It's got all kind of spaces, all kind of from from Twitter to Clubhouse, everything else talking about Black Americans, and you sitting up here saying, hey, that's not true. Let's move on to the next speaker. Let me go ahead and get to Just Cakes. Go ahead, because we're not going to keep this going too much longer. Just Cakes, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Perfect example is both of these people, one from Nigeria, one from South Africa, and just the audacity for them to come on here lecturing us. They don't speak. They're not trying to understand. They got a narrative that they running with, and that's just what it is. The only time these people could get along is when they come together to go against us. Like you said, Newstoter, the South Africans are tired of Nigerians too when they come to their country, along with the Zimbabweans and the others. For a while, for the longest time, they were still dealing with the same problems we are. You got these disrespectful tethers or parasites, whichever one you want to call them, or I'll call them, okay, because I call a spade. That man sat there and said that he don't understand. He's not trying to understand, neither is she. And I don't care to try to explain either. You don't understand, read a book. You so smart, you so educated, read a book and figure it out. It's not to me to teach you nothing. Here it is. You think I'm xenophobic? Stay out my rooms. You on a whole other continent. You're on another continent. Stop worrying about what's going on over here. Don't you got bigger fish to fry where you at? Don't you got bigger problems to worry about where you at? Mind your business. Stay out mad. Worrying about whether FBA, a foundational Black American, is xenophobic is asinine to me. When you got people that don't even have running water in some of them countries that y'all in. That y'all got the tribal beach that y'all got going on. You got bigger fish to fry than the foundational Black American. It's the audacity for me, and you can keep thumbing your hand down if you want to. I don't care, because all on your page, Miss Lady, all you have is foundational Black American culture all on your page. You such a proud African. You such a proud African. Why don't you rep for your Africans? Stay out our business. Period. Isaac with your musty self. Isaac with your musty self. With your location. These people are liars. They don't know how to be honest. Isaac with your musty self. Flea-bitten self. You sitting there talking about you in Nigeria, but your location say you in Los Angeles, California. I don't care where you at, but I know where you could go.
A lot of times, that was a lot.
Period. Newstoter, I ain't cussed it out. I could really, really, really go there with these people because I'm tired of the fact that you always, this is the most respectful place that they could get a discord with. Because everybody else, they going to eat them alive. This is the most respectful place that if they wanted to have an honest conversation, they could come here and get that honest conversation. But they come in with the bad faith arguments, the gaslighting, and just being tethers. Dishonest scammers. It's the audacity for me, okay? That's what it is for me. It's the audacity. So I'm not going to entertain these musty, raggedy, mentally screwed, okay? Look at that. Come on now. Mentally screwed people with all their priorities all jacked up. Where it is, we sitting here trying to get liberated in our country that we built, that we are foundational to. Worry about your own. Before you worry about what's up in my line, worry about what's up in yours. And like he said, get them get them Asians about your mix. You said Isaac said he kicking out the white people, kick out them Asians too. And Miss Lady, keep your legs close to them honkies as well. Worry about yourself, don't worry about us. Period. Good night.
All right. We got some new speakers coming up here. So guys, some of the ones that already spoke, I gotta drop y'all down so we can go ahead and get some hazardous Mickey.
Submission, please. Just 1 minute.
No, Isaac. I gotta drop you down, bro, because we got some other hands up here as well. We'll try to get you guys back up here, but we got some new speakers. Yeah, it's gonna be another space after this here as well too. So let me go ahead and get the new speakers up here, and then we'll get you guys back up here as well too. All right. So let us go ahead and get some of the new speakers up here real quick, and then we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and get you some of you guys back up here. All right, Apia, I'm gonna go ahead and let you because you had your hand up. So go ahead, Apia, and then anybody up here that's in the speaker section, you guys got to go ahead and put your hands up because we ain't gonna keep this space going too much longer. I need to know who's gonna speak. If you're coming up here and you requested to speak, I'm assuming that you want to speak. So get your hands up. If not, drop down because we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna be trying to close out soon. So get your hands up here. Anybody in the speaker section, Keith, Black Zeus, if you guys gonna speak, I need you to get your hands up. Xander, if you guys gonna speak, if not, we're gonna drop you down, guys. So go ahead and
they raising their hand, but you know, some phones don't got the actual raise hand to keep it up. So
okay.
They want to speak. They want to speak.
African Lee, I'm gonna drop you down too. I don't you babbled too long. I'm not in the mood for hearing a bunch of magpie mumbo jumbo. Go ahead, Apia.
All right, thank you. Good evening to everybody. First of all, I would say that I heard the lady say that she was going to tell her kids not to mess with Africans. I heard her say that. So I'm surprised that you sit here. For some reason, you say you never heard it. I'm grown enough not to lie about things that I never heard. So I can say this on authority. And I'll be here. I can put money on it. When you go and play the recording, come back and tell me that nobody said that. Put that aside. Secondly, when the lady was speaking.
Well, hold on, Apia. Hold on real quick. I didn't hear her say it. When the lady was up here talking, she said, I said, I didn't. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm talking. I didn't say it. When they were saying that, I said, I didn't say anything like that. Okay. So, you know, now that's on Tata. She said that. That's on her. But go ahead, Apia.
Okay, so what I'm saying.
So what? She said it. So what?
So what I'm saying is that next time, don't call somebody a liar when you've not heard it yourself. Just say, I did not hear it.
Wait, I told her I didn't say that. And hold on, wait, don't come up here questioning me like I'm a child, man. Now, if you got something to say to the actual the discussion, that's fine. But don't come up here questioning me like I'm a child or something now.
Bro, I'll listen to you as you went on, however made you feel comfortable, right? So let me fire the way I can fire back. All right, but guess what? I'm not going to use the words that you allow the other miscreants to use. I'm not. My culture don't teach you that way. All right. So
man, if you don't stop with that, if you don't get out of here, talk about but your culture don't teach that when you got all kind of derogatory names for Black Americans.
Okay, all right. Let me finish make my point though. All right. And when the last lady was speaking, all I did was I said, all right, you know what? Let me look at the profile, look at the face, and look at African Lead face. I was like, you know what? All right, now I get it. Shout out to you, African League. All right. No. Listen. Hey, African League. Listen, shout out to you. Now back to the main topic.
Florida in the building.
You made a statement. You said you allowed us to get into the music, to listen to your music, dress like you. And what else did you say?
Well, Pia, let me ask you a question. When y'all moved over here in the 60s and when y'all moved over here in the 70s and 80s, what neighborhoods were y'all moving into?
The white neighborhood, the white man. We was in the white man.
We came here in the 50s, 60s.
No, y'all weren't here no large mass in no 50s, 60s. No, y'all were not.
The white man gave them everything was tied up.
Listen,
they built nothing. Black
we
America.
Came here primarily for education. Statement of fact. Okay, we didn't come here because we just want to be here. We came here for a purpose. And Africans largely come here for a purpose, not to waste time. We are on a different agenda. We have no time to waste. We have no time to waste at all. Therefore, the type of time we're on is going to be different from the type of time some of y'all on.
Wait, hold on. You've been like you said, y'all been coming here since the 60s on and whatnot. So you talking about the type of time y'all on now. If you were on that type of time that you guys were so constructive and whatnot, then Africa itself as a continent would be a first-rate continent.
Well, if you really did a bit of history, somebody would tell you that Africa was colonized for 500 years plus. We had independence 60, 50 years.
You don't have to tell us about colonization. We were enslaved for hundreds of years on this land here. Okay.
Make the point. They make another point. The point you made is
All right.
Let me move on.
Black Americans.
Let me move on. See, listen. All the type of things that you allowed these folks to say. I never heard a Nigerian gentleman say negative things or being disrespectful.
That is not a slur, sir.
He only disagreed, of which I vehemently also disagree with him when he generalizes and said Black Americans. No, Mr. Nigerian man, I can tell you, Black Americans, they are lovely, sweet, smart individuals. All right? The other folks, I don't know who they are. They say the FBA. I'm yet to establish what they're made of. They're not Black Americans to me. Because the real Black Americans I know in real life, listen, they're the type of folks that you can call your own. Because they call you their own. So we're family in real life. All right? So, Mr. Nigerian, don't bother much. Last but not the least, though, I heard y'all say what? Oh, Africans holding spaces, blah, blah, blah. I am daring any individual here to say that there was a space called XYZ being hosted by Africans, and this was the title, and this is what they said.
Every day, bro.
But guess what, though?
Go on YouTube.
Right?
Hold on a second. Let's wake up what you just said, because you questioning that. We didn't start this diaspora war that's online. Other people did. Let's get this right for the argument.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. I'm going to let you wrap. Let me say this. We're the Pan-Africans. You know what I'm saying? Not y'all. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to fall back again. Maybe I have to pose the question in a way that you can easily understand. What I'm saying, that I'm very categorical in my statement that cite an example. Like the Nigerian do cite an example of what? The filthy Africans. I want you to cite me a similar example for the past whatever days, weeks, months, right? Where Africans held the space and labeled it whatever that it was. Somebody was trying to justify it by saying that go to YouTube and search. Who has the time to be searching over stupidity? Probably you do, not persons like us. We don't.
You condescending musty motherfucker. You condescending.
Whoa. We're not going there now. We're not going there. Everybody chill. You can chill too, okay? I'm talking to the entire room. We're not going there.
And is this the culture that somebody said we copying though? Where you can just speak anyhow you think it's okay? Like mama never raised you right? We don't.
But Akata is a racial slur.
All right,
Akata is a racial slur. Y'all call it that.
No. Listen, I'm not in Nigeria. But the last time I checked,
but you're on the continent of Africa.
Listen. Go on Google and type in Akata Hotel. It's there.
And also in Ghana, they call it Bruni. They call it Bruni in Ghana.
Hey, whoever it is, stay on your microphone. Pia, go ahead and get ready to land your plane.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, in conclusion, though, all I'm saying is this, right? Just like your heading says, if the world hadn't seen it, it wouldn't have been an issue where Tariq Nasheed will be labeled as somebody who is promoting violence. And I bet most of y'all here are part of his, whatever clique that he has called FBA. So that is the brand that y'all carry. And if you don't want your children to mess with Africans, don't worry about it. I got 3 kids.
Hold on. Tariq has never promoted violence to anybody. For the record, that's allegedly for the space. Go ahead, though.
All right, okay. I can, for the sake of the space, I can withdraw that. Fantastic, I get it. But my final point is this. Listen, those that say that we don't want our children to hang with Africans, right? Quite unfortunate. I got 3 kids of my own. All right? Do I feel some type of way that, your kids will not hang with my kids? Does it bother me, though? I bet you know it doesn't. I bet you know I don't care. I know the kids I got. Therefore, if we want to go into classes, if we want to go into standards, if we want to go into levels, check yourself before you even think you can come to the floor and make some statement you cannot substantiate. I've been very respectful, never used any vulgar language, and rebut it for what it is with empirical evidence. And go back to your what you stated with regards to the civil rights movement and pull out that part that states categorically that based on the civil rights movement pushed by Black Americans, it mandates the United States government to bring in Africans to the United States. I want to read that part. So I want to believe that you know what you're talking about. Pull that document out and let me read it. Thank you, Newstoter, as always.
Okay, we'll also pull out the number of Africans that was here in from the founding of the country all the way up to the 1960s, and we'll look at exactly how many were here after the 1960s on. So okay, we'll do that as well too for you, Apia. So thank you, Apia. Go ahead. Let me see who's next. Shoot, I lost order. Who?
I think I want to respond because he was talking about us. So.
Yeah, I think he's talking about me.
He was talking about you.
To light him up because you see how these people like
No, go ahead, Tata.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real quick because I wanted to light him up. That little test. He makes me sick when he come into these spaces. Just a time waster. He just inserting himself. Basically, I was speaking in general. That I teach my son to watch out for the mindset of these stupid people. And just watch out for the mindset of the people that he ain't around because his friends are so diverse. And I want to know who he's taking around. Where are they from? Who are their moms? Nobody's saying about anything about who's dating and this and that. You see how he just came up here and lied, just to insert himself? He makes me sick. And he
tether supremacy, sister. Tether supremacy.
And stay out of our business and stay out of our case. I'm sick of him. But that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tata. Let me go ahead and get to because like I said, I kind of lost the order of people that was up here.
It don't matter after that, but the co-host had his hand up, so I'm keeping track of it. And taxation, we can see the elders up here, so let's go.
Rerod, I think, might have been up here before. I'm not sure if it was Rerod or no taxation, but
taxation had a hand up for a while. I'm watching the queue up here the whole time, bro. It's other, and after that it'll be Keith down there. Keith. Came up in the black.
Well, Rerod was up here, but she did her phone. Rerod was up here, but her phone did disconnect too, so she was up here. Go ahead. Who said that?
That's Xander and Black Zeus. They don't got the emojis, but they raise waving. You know what I mean? That means they want to speak. So just let them go when they get on the stage.
Go ahead. No taxation. Go ahead.
Y'all gonna have to work that out, but baby, I'm over here with the ladies. Everything that Tata said, everything that Reba is getting ready to say, everything that Just Kate said, I'm on that program as far as those people are concerned. And I tell my grandchild, as my mother told me and my father told me, I tell my grandchild like I told my son, don't intermingle with strange people. They're not of us. And it has nothing to do with anything other than protecting my bloodline and our culture. And that's just the way the game goes. And everybody can do what the hell they want to do with their family. That's their business. But having said that, I want to say that I am not an avid listener of Tariq Nasheed. But I have listened to him before and I have a lot of respect for him. I have never, ever, from the times I've listened to him, ever make a call out for any type of violence, ever. I think what the issue is that because he has a lot of followers, that they're trying to do exactly what they tried to do with ADOS when ADOS came on Twitter. Some of those people, a couple of them, were tagged in that thing, wrote a hit piece on ADOS and said that they were bots and they weren't real people and blah, blah, blah. And they tried to take them down. And we have to expect this as the campaign goes on. This is political. It really is, because he has a lot of followers and he's saying the same things that us in the masses are saying which is about our policies and about our piece of the pie. And that's upsetting a lot of people, especially on the Democratic plantation, because those are who those people are on that side. I did see a couple of names that made me raise my eyebrow and say, wow, you know, why would they tag them? But maybe it was because they tagged them because they also had a lot of followers. So I just want to say that we have to look at, you know, we have to look at the big picture of it. Why are they going after him? They're going after him because he has a lot of followers and he has influence, and it's getting close. And Biden has put nothing on the table, and we know that. And that's not to say that Trump has, okay? But we're saying we don't see anything, and so we're making a big stink about it. And so yeah, they're going to come after the people with influence. Expect that. And hello to everybody in the room, because I didn't say it in the beginning. But I'm gonna move on. Thanks.
All right, guys. DJ, you say you finna start a space up? You there, DJ?
Yeah, in about 5 or 10 minutes, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I figure you want to just get through the hands and just.
Well, I'm not gonna get through all of the hands. That's why I was gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and.
Can I speak for a second?
Who was that speaking? I'm not sure who's that speaking.
I would like to go.
No, let Re-Rock, because Re-Rock was actually next, I think. So let Re-Rock, and then we're gonna get ready to close this space out, guys, because it's actually going a little bit longer than I anticipated. Apia, I see you donated on Cash App, so shout out to you, Apia. Go ahead, Re-Rock.
Hey, shout out to the co-host and the host, Newstoter DJ, and all my loved ones in the space. I'm just gonna start with, like, it just seems like the Diaspora will never acknowledge what we've done, because then they would have to acknowledge what they've done. We have these conversations with the Diaspora constantly, and they are always so quick to leave with nothing. They don't take anything that we say with them. They don't have any humanity when it comes to us. And it's really unfortunate. But yeah, they're getting to work. And I'm not mad at it. And everybody keeps saying that this is just Twitter. But it's not. It's not just Twitter. It's actually spreading into my real life. You know, rather I do something or not. You know, sometimes I just kind of see people who are Black but melanated, but they're not me, and we kind of stop, but we kind of try to figure it out, you know. So it's definitely spreading off of Twitter collectively. We're all having these negative thoughts about each other, you know. So yeah, it's gonna get off of line, and it is, and it's really unfortunate. But I just feel like we keep having these conversations, and we keep going round and round and round with these people. You know, they're like, we know American history, but we don't know Black American history. But then you don't know all of American history. It's not our job to find out African history, because we're not in Africa. You know, you guys are over here, right? And so it's your job to find out all of history, all of American history, not just what somebody told you. And I'm going to land with this. The white man showed us all kinds of negative images about Africans over here. They showed us them boiling each other, killing each other, doing all kind of crazy shit. We didn't believe them. We had humanity when it came to them. We didn't see them as a threat. We see them as people who needed help, and we tried. Everybody donated. Okay? Everybody donated. We all donated. And so for them to not even want to recognize that, listen, they don't like us. They want to gaslight us. It's so bad. But they're not genuine. They already have their minds made up, and this whole conversation with them about them, it's played out. It is what it is. Let's move on. And I'll land there. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
All right, thank you, Reroll. Guys, like I say, DJ is going to start. This is going to be an exact part 2. He's getting ready to start it up. Let me give a shout out Hold on real quick, Black Vanguard, because I'm trying to close this thing out because it went a little bit longer. That's why I say he's going to start up a space and he's going to started right up. Let me give a shout out to Hazardous, Goddess Michelle, and Miss Trigger. Black Vanguard, I'll give you a minute, man, because I'm trying to close this space out, bro. I mean, a minute is what I got.
Yeah, okay. So I want to do this. I don't agree with you, sister. I am, because these Africans are a threat to our people. These Africans been a threat over here since they came over here. See, these Africans, they don't get along with each other over in their homelands where they come from. Like up here, we come from Ghana. They got whole tribal wars that's going between the Sante and the Fante tribe over there. Same thing go to Nigeria. Tribalism is rapid over there between the Igbos and Yorubas, the Fulanis, and the Hausas over there. You go to Ethiopia. You got whole civil war going there between the Romos and the Hausa over there. So the Africans, they very tribalistic amongst themselves. And also the Africans, they don't want to promote violence amongst each other. You seen what happened out there in Minnesota between the Somalians and Black Americans. I told my people, they're away from these African Caribbeans and shit. Sorry about that. Once you start allowing to get numbers up, that's where you're going to start taking over. Same thing you see in New York, and the same thing you see in Houston, Texas, the Nigerians. Also, my people do not allow the African Caribbeans in their numbers of certain areas. They're going to start practicing tribalism, start practicing trust wars. But Black Americans don't want to get their numbers up in a particular area. So I tell my people stuff. Every you see African or Caribbean business, boys count their businesses. We don't need them. And Pan-Africanism is dead. It never existed. Though, because Africans don't believe in Pan-Africanism themselves. You got over 3,000 tribes over in Africa, and none of them don't get along with each other.
Hey, Black Vanguard, not to cut you off, bro, but I'm finna get ready to shut this one down. My co-host DJ Original and the gang, they finna go ahead and start one up. Everybody in this space, go and support as the conversation continues, a late night space. Shout out to all you guys that came up in this space. Part 2, the article claims Tariq Nasheed and the FBA are promoting violence, is going to be with DJ and Original and the rest of the gang, guys. We will be back tomorrow night. We'll be talking about should Black Americans honor Liberia, respect and honor Liberia. That is the space for tomorrow night, guys. Peace, love. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Peace.
Hey, come over. I'm starting out right now, family. Go ahead. Peace, peace.